Yo, trouble.
Hey, yo, who's that?
Yeah. Yo,
See you,
Get him.
see me,
Get
no
him.
fear.
Let it be.
Better run,
Get him.
quick,
Get him.
fear. Now I'm a demon hunter. I'm a demon hunt. I'm a demon hunter. I'm a demon.
Got to keep it real. You see them, I see.
Yeah, yo.
They don't understand pain.
Who's that?
The demon hunter,
Iron Mask.
they will never understand. Real.
See me, no fear.
It's time for the man's then to stand up.
Quick,
Demon hunter,
fear. Now I'm a demon.
they will never know, no.
I'm a demon.
Because they don't care.
Hunt. I'm a demon.
They will never know, no.
I'm a demon.
Because they don't care. I'm a demon hunter. I'm the demon hunter. I'm the demon hunter. I know they don't care. I'm the demon hunter. They come to get you. I'm the demon hunter. You know they don't care. I'm sick of staying silent. No help for me. Born a male, dominant man, but I can tell you what happened to me now. The pain, too much pain. Being touched, grow up as a kid, man. Being raped, being abused. Relationship with a woman, she leaves me back at the bruise, but I can't say nothing, cause I'm a man. Gotta stay silent. Damn, what the hell though? Feel to take my life. Oh, I can't do that. No, never.
Ever since this transgender movement come out, we got these weirdos. Oh, no, I said, hell no, you go, you ho. I'm like, R.E., why can't you see? I don't like thee, not thee, as in you, who go away, R.E., why you always got to follow me, acting like you're in love with me, crazy lady. I said, come away, R.E., why you always got to follow me, acting like you had my baby, that's crazy lady. I'm like, hey, you mad, why you come around so mad, you're mad, all the problems in your life that you got, you busy, girl. Why don't you go and take care of your world? Don't you know your family loves you? Cleaning your place, look at the state of your face. Man, it's a disgrace. Come away from me. I wish I had the eraser. I would scribble out your face like, oh my gosh, why you gotta bother me? It's been a long time now, fool. I can't believe you got a face like that. You too. Ooh, no matter what you do, R.E., you just a fool. Yeah, you look so terrible. R.E., leave me. Now why you got to be all up on my cocky? Did you say you're punanani? Don't work. R.E., well, she's gotta cut my face and yeah, I'm 10 toes down in the wood and no way, yeah. I got down with the Wu-Tang, and high five, everybody. Yeah, triple darkness, I get down, everybody. Yeah, I get down, 10 toes in, 10 toes out. Fuck 7 steady sins, I've got RE, nigga. No matter what you do, RE don't want you. I don't want her either. You both look like a beaver. Now, fuck off, please. Get away from me. Why you wanna come around me? You got a face that says Chinese. Triple, you got some Chinese eyes. Can you even look to the sky? Can you even see me? Wave, say hi. Stupid ass bitch. Get drove over, or run over, should I say. Got to drive by and buy my pork pie instead of the chicken bits that is always eating. That's cheap, like a little chicken. Cheap, the chickens. That's what he be. He's a stupid chicken. Can't you see that he talks about women all of the time and he's never ever winning? That's me, not me. What is skinning? Acting like it's got 2 2s and 1 1s and 4 4s and 4 4s and 1 1s. Oh, yo, hey, oh God, oh God, hey, what's up, hey, tell me the truth, is you in love with me, baby, hey. Telling you this, I'm telling you that. Hold my hand and let's go out. I will treat you, make you feel beautiful. Treat you as equal. Make sure nobody troubles you. Yeah, let's go through. We can do the whole night through. La-di-dee, la-di-do. Let's go out, yo, take it slow. Looking sweet and sexy. Can't wait to go out with me, baby. Please take me, hold my hand and let's walk through. Show me your love and how it goes on through. Telling them this, telling her that, but she don't know I'm being for real. Heart attack, putting in love, and yeah, putting in love. This lady, she is mine. I can't contain my mind. Oh yeah, hey. When I'm with her, all of the troubles in my mind go away. It goes away. Yeah. Hey, yo, yeah. Yo, you ever been in the rain, got drenched, and felt dry, nigga? Have you ever felt so hot? But never dropped a sweat. Being a real one on these YouTube streets, looking for MCs to try and compete. Nah, I never even seen it once. These people running up and jumping like cunts, trying to get some famous action. Miss me, that will never happen. If I see you outside, slip on sliding, take out the 9, your soul I'm taking. No mistaking, I see the fakeness you got. Running up and down, missing the spot, talk to cop. Acting like I'm the friend of yours, miss that spot. I never heard that jump, what that spot? Oh, yeah, you see, I'm a demigod, 7 deadly sins bring you to shake within. Mistakes that you put out on there, I take and replace it, refraction them, show you the stature. I be the one with the hip hop flow. Make sure y'all go and check my flow. Come on straight, make sure you're not late. And if you is, better have some food on that plate. And make sure I get my slice.
You can be all the things you always wanted to be. Beautiful, sexy, It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
Just let your soul glow. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, feel it oh so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul glow.
Soul glow.
Good morning, pudding and pie, chicken and food. No, chicken and chips and food, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Now, I come around for a bit. I had a little brandy and coke, you know what I'm saying? Get me? And I'm trying to see if people are about. Obviously, they're about right now. Get me? Maybe someone's live. So I'm going to just chill for a little minute, see what go on, everybody. See if anyone pops up, everybody. Get me? In fact, I should message Tom. Let me message Tom Foolery. I'm going to message Tom Foolery. I'll be back in a second.
Yo, take time now. I know you don't understand me, right? I'm just a new type. That's real energy. Miss me with your badness. You haven't really got that kindness. I can see straight through you, your highness. Blind to the fact that you're deaf like. I see the madness around you, the aura, the energy. Nigga, come away. I'ma spray though. Treat you like Play-Doh. I'ma play all over this, round this circle. Make sure you feel the curse. I don't give a damn, yo. You'll feel worse, yo, when I start dropping the my damn verse, yo. Yeah, I might just start up the curse, yo. With a big down, louder burst, yo. Yeah, I'ma finish this race first, though. Yeah, trust me. You know, okay, as it starts to get mad ugly, got my thing on me, moving real dusty, ready to spray, make sure you all lay on the ground, cause you wanna come round like you slay, ain't no buff.
Good morning again, everybody. I have just messaged her, everybody, and I am waiting to hear back, everybody. So I thought I'd stop the music, everybody, and start talking, because if I don't, I'm just gonna play more songs and more songs. Right. So I'm not gonna talk about the sector until someone comes and helps me out with that, because I don't know what's been going on for real. You understand? But I can talk about some other things. You know what I'm saying? Some things that are important. Very important. You understand? Now, what is important is this. Me, nigga. That's right. I'm important. I don't know about y'all, everybody. I don't know where you be, everybody, and what you do, everybody. But I know about me, everybody. You understand? Get me? I've just had the craziest couple of hours. I ain't even gonna lie. You understand? I've just had the craziest couple of hours. And I'm not even gonna speak about it, because that's letting y'all into my business. You know what I'm saying? But what I want to do is actually, I want to play two songs, right? Demon Hunter, right? I call it Demon Hunter, right? So basically, I done 2 takes. Get me? I done the first freestyle. It was like kind of like late at night, not much feeling in it. But I like the harmony. And I done the other one that the next day, I think it's better than the first one. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I do want to show. I do want to actually get somebody's opinion when it comes to that. So people around here don't like to chat in chats, man. Y'all are weird, American, man. The fuck? That kind of weird shit is that, bro? People want an opinion about something and y'all don't want to jump in the chat. It's like you're scared to be seen or something. Is that what it is? It's like RE still got an effect over y'all. Anyway, I want to play 2 songs, same beats, 2 different takes. One was made late, one was made the next day. And I hope I got someone here that's willing to let me know which one they think's better. I'll go with this one first.
Yo, Trouble, trouble,
Yeah,
trouble,
yo.
trouble, trouble. Hey, yo.
Who's that? Who's that?
Yeah, yeah, yo.
I
Yo,
am
yeah,
master.
yo, oh, yeah.
See you.
Get him,
See me.
get
No fear.
Pocket, let it be.
Better run.
get him,
Quick, quick.
get him.
Fear. Now I'm a demon hunter. I'm a demon hunt. I'm a demon hunter. I'm a demon.
Got to keep it real. You see them, I see them too. Don't worry, you're not seeing we in the same room. What is this ugly thing beside me? Damn, hurry up, quickly get my 9mm. I'm gonna try to shoot this. It looks like I can't hit this. Goddamn, this is a ghost. Man, ain't got nothing to say at this point. I'm gonna run, smoke a joint. Hopefully it will get high, just like I. Other than that, then soon I must die. Damn. I said I keep it real though.
Oh, right. I won't play it all. Just play a little bit of it. I'm gonna go to the other one, right? Now remember, it's the same beat. I kind of kept the same hook as well. You know, the demon. I kept that shit at the beginning. So you will notice a change.
Yeah, yo.
They don't understand pain. The demon hunter,
I am mask.
they will never understand. Real.
See me. No fear.
It's time for the man to stand up.
Quick.
Demon hunter,
Fear. Now I'm a demon.
they will never know, no.
I'm a demon.
Because they don't care.
I'm a demon.
They will never know, no.
I'm a demon.
Because they don't care. I'm a demon hunter. I'm the demon hunter. I'm the demon hunter. I know they don't care. I'm the demon hunter. They come to get you. I'm the demon hunter. You know they don't care. I'm sick of staying silent. No help for me. Born a male, dominant man, but I can tell you what happened to me now. The pain, too much pain, being touched, grow up as a kid, man, being raped, being abused, relationship with a woman, she leaves me back at the bruise, but I can't say nothing, cause I'm a man, gotta stay silent. Damn, what the hell though? Filters take my life. No, I can't do that. No, never do that. That's a weak.
You know something. I like the melody stuff. I like what I did with the melody stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that was all by accident. It was all by accident. You know, because I'd done a take and I didn't like it. So then I'd done it again. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and it's all different bars kind of thing. And then I just put them two together and the beat just to see how it sounded at the beginning, and it worked out like that. That's why I kept it. You know what I'm saying? But I might just scrap it and just do complete different bars. My point in the song is about men being abused and they're being silenced to talk out about it. That's the point of the song, you know what I'm trying to say. But I might just start again from scratch. So I don't want to, I want that to be a meaningful song, you know what I'm saying? Because that's a deep issue. That's a deep issue around the world where men are silent on men are scared to talk out and all that stuff. So we need to open up avenues, shit for that for men. Look at that idea for y'all to do on YouTube right there. That's an idea. Now I know it's going to be hard for these men to so-called call in because they want to be men at the end of the day, and they don't want to talk about that. But it's about creating that avenue because the government won't do it. They won't at all, and they've been asked to many times, and they won't do it. So they're just saying there's no love for men. Men don't get rights like that. Men and men put up with it. Fuck the government. You understand? Fuck the government. We can look after the men ourselves. How you doing, Hammer Nation? You're right. Don't worry. We'll fix our own soldiers, government. You understand? We'll fix our soldiers. You understand? You're trying to lessen our soldiers. That's what you're trying to do. Don't want to fix things. You know what I'm saying? That's why you want our young youth, our thugs out there killing each other, rather than them being an army for the people, for their communities. So you make them fight each other. I understand the method. I get it. And you know what else I learned one time, right? A very long time ago, people that grew up, right, and they had a certain stature about you, they would automatically put you in a job lane, like you're entitled to this, so we want you to do this because of your intelligence. You understand? They don't do that with us no more. They don't. You understand? They really don't, because they're not trying to make us work. You know what? Don't worry about what I just said. Probably over our heads. What's going on, Tanya? You good?
Oh yeah, I did my results of my heart. The doctor says I did a good job. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I
So
was on the treadmill to see how my heart does, and the guy said, "See me 6 months until you need me," but I don't. I'm good, and that's good. I want no operation or nothing like that. So that's good for me. So, but
yeah,
I've been talking about this Rex Heuermann case, man. This guy's crazy.
what happened?
Well, it was part of the Gilgo Beach murders of these sex workers. There was in a burlap sack on the beach, and
Mm,
they've been trying to get to the bottom of this mystery until last week. They
mm.
went outside his Manhattan on Fifth Avenue in New York, and they arrested the dude. And now they had to tell his wife and his grown children that their husband and father is a nut.
I think they already know that.
Yeah.
They're married to him. They're
Oh
probably happy
yeah.
that he got locked up.
Oh oh
They're probably happy that he got locked up.
oh yeah. The wife is getting a divorce from this dude. 27 years of
Right. There you
marriage.
go. She's
Yeah.
happy. See
Yeah.
that tells you that there's abuse in
Mhm.
the household.
Oh,
So she wants to get away with him.
they're still at the house now because he had 200 to 300 guns in his basement. He had a dollhouse. He had it's not just New York, it's San Francisco and Vegas, because he had property down there. So they're still going through every nook and cranny of this dude. They didn't know because they were out of town when he did these murders, okay? Because he targeted the family on burner phones. You don't know, they ain't gonna get me to solve this case. So right now he's in jail and he's got a lawyer already. But the wife said, "I'm done with you."
Why do you think people in America, well, I won't say people, why do you think white folks in America, they do killings like that?
I have a theory about this. You may see them on. You don't know if they are or not when you date them or something like that. They'll be perfectly normal, right? But once they get married or something else, they become different people outside. They have like a double life or split personality. It may be Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde kind of syndrome. They'll be nice
Mm.
one minute, and then the next time they'll get real vicious. So that's why they get married. They marry so they don't know that their spouses is a nut, you know? Because she didn't know he had 203 guns in the basement, so he kept that a secret from the family. You know, they're real good at keeping secrets because you don't because if they stop, like the BTK killer, he was a family man. He was that, but he wasn't a murderer. You know.
But I think that woman must have been very lazy because normally it's the woman that finds that kind of shit in the house. It's the woman that stumbles along it because she's doing some kind of cleaning or she's looking for something. A woman will always, like the mother, you know what I'm saying, will always stumble along. And 200 and how many guns in the house?
200 to 300 guns.
See, that's weird. He must have had a lock on the door.
Well, from what I know, that they were out of town. The adult kids and the wife were out of town when he did, because he killed them in their own house. He killed,
Yo, so what? Let me ask this question: what
yeah.
is America doing about these these males that do that? What are they actually doing? What have they? What warning have they put out for white males to stop doing that?
I, I don't know. It's because when they're from birth and they don't know what they do when they're from birth, it's hard to say, Seven. They're raised by a family that may be the nicest family in the world, but they can't. But sometimes the kid gets off, like Jeffrey Dahmer. He would kill animals and stuff like that. His father did the same thing, but he didn't go around chopping up people, leaving skulls in the refrigerator and all that stuff. You know, it's
But
hard
then
to
you know something though. Maybe I'm speaking out of text, even though I'm not. But
know.
there's some countries out there. Well, if their woman gets caught cheating or shit like that, they will stone her to death.
Yeah,
They will beat her to death. I mean death, not beat her up when she's okay, go hospital. No, death. Do you
yeah.
understand? So when you compare certain shit to other countries, it's like,
Yeah. I mean,
if you
we
get
had
what I'm
one
trying to say.
female serial killer, Arlene Wuornos. She was killing some men's out there, but she got executed for that. Ted Bundy, he was a lawyer, handsome dude, but he killing college girls. So,
Mm,
you don't know who's a serial killer and who's not. You just gotta keep an eye out, because it could be a serial killer next door to you. You don't know what they're doing late at night and everything
right,
like that. But it's really
right.
hard to tell, because some of these guys will say they're the nicest person in the world, but then sometimes when they're not, when their wife or their spouse is out of town, then they start acting more different than they are at home.
Nah, you know what I learned today, right? Some men won't do certain things with their wife.
Yeah,
They would just choose not to, and they'll go behind their back and do it. So they'll find, like, another person, a woman, a date, whatever, a prostitute, whatever. And so they
yeah.
can do all these things in their mind that they want to do. Do you
Yeah,
understand?
there was a
So,
guy, he was married. He went to like sex clubs or massage parlors and stuff
yeah.
like that. But this guy was looking at sex workers, and he advertised it on Craigslist. And some of the sex workers that knew him sort of knew him. So he's talking about the case and everything, and he's sort of like a real nut. There's an article of Bonjour Realty, and the guy that interviewed him, he said he shook his hand, and his hand was like a piece of marble. His handshake was like a piece of marble. So I put that on my show if you want to watch that. But you don't know who's a serial killer and who ain't there, Seven. It just depends on who, acts weird, be by himself, keeps to himself. That's the main thing. They keep to themselves. They don't really talk to anybody. They may be nice, but they keep to themselves. That's the number one thing. People keep to themselves. You know, I like to keep to myself, but I don't go around. But the way he kept to himself was really odd. You know,
Yeah. Mm.
yeah.
What's been going on YouTube?
Not much. I've been doing my show and everything else. I haven't really heard anything. Oh, they're talking about Tupac's murder. That's what I heard about that. They went to this house in Henderson, Vegas, about this guy, and they took all that stuff out of his house about the Vibe magazine on Tupac's murder. That murder has not been solved in 20 years, 30 years. So we'll see what happens with Tupac's murder. So if there's going to be an arrest in that case. Oh. Well,
So
I
what's
heard
been going
about.
on YouTube? What? So you don't know nothing? Don't you go to anyone's panels on YouTube or nothing?
No, I don't really do that much anymore. I would like to, but usually, eh, I'm just a lone wolf. That's what I'm right now. I don't have many people on my show these days, and I'm hoping to get monetized. So I haven't been on anybody's panel except for yours and anybody else that wants me up there. But you know. It's
What do you
always
mean hope? What do you mean hoping? And I thought you was monetized already.
no. I'm not. I got to get 3,000 watch hours. That's all.
That's all.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All.
All.
You mean that's a lot? That's a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Tony Bennett died, 96 years old. Yeah. So.
You do know that you do know silent streams don't help though. You need
Yeah.
to put something in them streams. Don't make a stream silent.
Oh well. I've had they have helped me so far, but I'm doing more news. I'm going to do a Soul Train Saturday tomorrow, or do some other music today. So if anybody wants to stop by, they can. So all I know is that it's a dog eat dog world right now. So
Mm.
yeah, so I'm not on many panels these days unless there's something really heat up. But it's mostly sex and everything else on these shows. Sometimes it gets boring after a while. But right now I'm
Six on
doing
what? Six on what
sex.
shows?
Oh, not I don't know, sex or some shows. Uh, uh Jerry Springer sex or whatever.
Huh? Jerry
Yeah,
Springer.
yeah,
That,
Jerry. They still play his shows on TV on YouTube, I guess. But I still see him on TV. I miss Jerry Springer, man. Jerry,
yeah,
Jerry.
but what was you talking about? What sex show? Like what did you mean by sex shows? What
I
did
don't
you?
know. It's like dogs and dog animals. They have them on YouTube. Animals doing strange things to each other.
What? Dog,
Yeah.
you
Dog.
watch dogs having sex?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like out in the countries. Different. You don't know what they're saying. It's like out of the countries, like in poorer countries. You see dogs and cats doing each other. They have them on these viral videos. It's weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
well,
It's always something else. But right now, I'm just doing my show. And if you're ever around 7 for Soul Train Saturday or whatever, you can. Yeah, you're always invited. So
yeah, I
mhm.
normally got my, some like
Yeah, I
on
know.
them kind of days. But
Yeah. Well,
if
we're
but
gonna
if,
have a luau party at my workshop on the 28th. And
yeah,
I'm just chilling for right now. But I'll be live later on around 7:30. I think that's what I'll do. And
right,
play some music. Everybody wants to donate 3 songs or three, 5 songs or five, I guess. And that's what it is. And everybody's gonna watch this Barbie movie, and the Oppenheimer movie is out. So I haven't been anything else. So I saw Godzilla -1. I'd like to see that. That's an international movie, but I don't care. It's Godzilla. Anywho, I just came
mm,
here to say hi to you, Seven, and I just wanted to let you know I'm cool. I am cool. I'm fine. And I'm gonna be keeping myself you know and I heard my sister Kendra in Maine, she's not doing good at all. It's getting bad, real bad.
yeah.
And her
I hope,
kidney and stuff, they're saying it's not good. Not good at all. And it's
I,
getting near the 1 year anniversary of my father's death, so I'll do like a jazz music for him, like he always liked jazz. He took me to a jazz concert one time, so I'll
mm,
play some jazz for him. So yeah.
yeah,
So, but right
I
now,
mean,
yeah. But I just came up here to say hi to you, and you know, it's all
yeah,
it's all good with me. So,
yeah. I think you should start watching the dog humping movies
yeah.
and cats. You know,
Yeah. I never I never seen anything like it. That's all I gotta say. I'm just it's animals. So what the heck? It keeps me
yeah.
going. It just keeps me busy, or not busy. It's just astonishing to me. That's all.
What animals having sex?
Yeah,
Astonishing.
yeah, astonishing.
God damn.
It's just do they really want to do it, or do they really want to fight? That's all I want to know. Dogs and cats usually don't like each other. Dogs, cats, stuff like that. But the only thing I got right now is Gary. He's just asleep right about now. Gary.
Yeah,
I had to buy him some new cat litter, and he sneezed. Okay, so I'm all right. I'm 100% good on my heart. That's good.
That's
No
good. That's
issues,
good.
no issues or nothing. And
That's good. That's
oh,
good.
they're talking about the Gilgo Beach investigators. They're still working on out there. They're still out there at his house. Wife, I'm glad you're divorcing this nut because you didn't know you was married to a nut for 27 years, man. That, that.
So listen. What makes you think that? How do you know she hasn't been abused for 27 years?
We don't know. They're still investigating
Right.
everything.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like
Yeah. But,
she filed for a divorce straight away. Get
yep.
me? Like she's like, get me? Like
So the
I
cops
got
came to her
people.
door and said, Mrs. Harriman, yeah, we arrested your husband for being a suspected serial killer. And she said she's disgusted and half the family's not visiting him. And he said he was doing the killing right there at the house. So she's not talking to him. The only visitors she's getting is his lawyer. That's it. You know? They're still at the house
Mhm.
now. They're going to it's not just New York, South Carolina and Vegas, because he owned property in Vegas. You know? So they're searching everywhere. They're gonna. If I was him, I'd just talk. I would just confess to the whole doggone thing. But the lawyer kept saying he didn't do this mess. You know, they got DNA and everything else evidence to prove you did, dude. So even the brother said he was kind of nuts. Yeah, he had clothing, jewelry, identification, notebooks, personal effects, photographs, or recordings depicting the victims. He had a trophy, a treasure trove of stuff. And that's in South Carolina. Dag, and my mother's buried in Sparta, North Carolina. That's where she is. So, but yeah,
Mm.
this is a big case, man. I'm gonna keep top of that and Tupac. I hope they arrest somebody in Tupac's murder, but nobody ain't gonna talk. It's like you know, it's not. It's always nobody want to say nothing. So, but I like to say peaches to you, Sari, and
Peaches.
listen, stop by my show anytime. We could talk about some stuff, and hey, you can come by and I'll do a music show with you sometime.
Mm. All right. A
All right.
music show.
Yeah.
I was before you go, I was
Yeah.
gonna
Mhm.
in fact, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. I
And
might
like I
surprise
said
you one day.
before, yeah, okay. I like to say to all the ladies and everywhere out there, and especially the men, if your spouse or somebody you dating may look nice on the outside, but they could have a different personality on the inside, you may never know it. You might not think about it in the long run, but one day you're going to get knocked on your door and say, "Listen, the person you marry is a total nut," and you're going to say,
Yeah.
"What kind of nut?" Murdering people, serial killer style nut. Okay, so you're gonna have a lot of resentment. I feel sorry for the wife. She's got a lot of anger. She's got a lot of resentment. She's gonna need a whole lot of therapy, and to try to think about the rationale of why her husband, the one that she married, turned out to be the most notorious serial killer of all time. That's a club I don't want to belong to.
Notorious serial killer of all time. That's a bit far of a stretch.
Well, I say Jeffrey Dahmer's one, Ted Bundy's one. Ted Bundy was the really most. I say he's about number 6 on the serial killer list. The Zodiac killer, they never really caught him, so they're trying to figure. This is San Francisco. They never really caught him, but I like to say to everybody, just be careful who you date because you might not know if that person's a nut or not.
Have you ever heard of a man called Genghis Khan?
Yeah, he was like a
Would
serial
you would
killer.
you would you say he's a serial killer?
Yeah,
Exactly. Do you know how many people he killed?
a lot of people,
A
millions,
lot.
millions.
Thousands and thousands and
Yeah.
thousands he killed. That's what I'm trying to say. So to put this guy in the league of,
No,
that he's done.
I say BTK is sort of like number 7, BTK. But then John Wayne Gacy was another one. So I like to say, sometimes they stop the stories at the same time, but sometimes they keep in contact as the case is solved. Because the guy that the Google kept asking, who's going to solve this case? He kept contacting with the family. So We're gonna see what
All
happens
right,
with this
all
one.
right, how many people has he killed?
For right now, 4.
4. And you
4.
put him at place number 7. What
Well,
about a couple years ago when dudes ran in the school and killed up all them people?
yeah,
What about the time with the guy in the mosque in Australia or
yeah,
wherever
yeah.
that happened? All these little
Australia,
things.
Australia.
Mm,
Who was he? 7. I'm trying to think.
I don't know his name.
I remember the only school shooting was Columbine, where the guys went in church to killed a whole bunch of kids and everything. But I don't know. But I'm gonna look that up. The top 10 serial killers of all time. I'm
Yeah,
gonna do it.
and I can guarantee the people that you're mentioning are nowhere in the list.
No, they're
They're
not.
not.
But
They're not even top 10.
I
They're
say
not even
like
top 10,000.
99, 99,
No,
99,
we're not even there. They're not even there. They're not there.
zero
They're
there.
not on the scale. There's
No,
so many
no.
people that have been around that are serial killers, like
Arlene
real.
Warnos. Well, where you rank her?
Huh?
Arlene Warnos.
Who's her? Who's that?
She was a female. She was killing all these guys. About I forgot how many she killed. About 5 or more. But I'll check that. Yeah.
See, 5 is 5, 10. Yeah, let's say you get a pass with 20.
Okay.
You get a pass with 20. If you kill 20, then yeah, you might make the. But other than, if we're gonna talk about real serial killers that are around and still around to this day, even talk about countries are serial killers, right? You
Yeah.
understand? They put
But I
in
never heard
numbers.
of them.
They put numbers. It's numbers. That's like we're talking hundreds, and we're talking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna look that up.
All
So,
right. And what about when they invent these diseases, the flu, corona, stuff like that, and a wide amount
That's
of people in the
different.
yeah.
country are dying?
That's different. That's called
Yes.
genocide.
Hi,
No, how
Tom.
is it?
Hi,
Okay.
hi,
All right,
Tanya.
cool. It's got a different
The
name.
coronavirus.
They
Everybody.
just Tanya. They just found yesterday a cult in Kenya. 400 people dead in the building.
Yeah.
So 400 people, 400 bodies. So they killed themselves.
Yeah. I
Mass
remember
suicide.
Jonestown. That was a lot in Jonestown, man. I remember that when I was a little kid, seeing all those bodies all puffed up and everything like that.
Hold on. Finish off. Hold on a second. Carry on with what you're saying, though. How did they die?
Shady.
Mass
Shady.
suicide.
Rex
Mass
Sherman's
suicide.
wife has filed for a divorce.
No. Shady. What Shady was saying.
In Kenya, it
I
was
never
like
heard.
it was like a religious cult. And they found 400 bodies inside. They don't know why they killed themselves. They don't know how. It's Kenya. They don't have the technology.
What was the locked inside this place or something?
They just found them in a building. 400 dead bodies, just all laying on the floor. No explanation. No explanation. No notes. No goodbye letters. No nothing. Just 400 dead bodies
and
inside
what's
the
the
building.
cause of death? What's the cause of death?
Well, that's what they're working on. But somebody reported a bad smell in a building, and they just found 400 dead bodies. 400. That's a hell of a lot of people.
Jonestown. I forgot how many they were when they drank that Kool-Aid. I forgot how many that were.
But I mean, we're talking about Africa. Can you imagine 400 people, obviously black people, deciding
what if
the end of like some kind of doomsday cult?
Don't think for a second, Tom, that they killed themselves. And locked themselves in and ended the room. Obviously, that's the powers over there in Africa trying to take over, doing their thing. That's what that is.
Doomsday cult. It's one of these religious cults that believe the end of the world is coming, and if they kill themselves, then they're going to get reborn into a new life. It's one of those mad cults.
Okay. So it's a cult of people. This isn't like just the normal civilians of Africa.
No. Cult.
Oh, okay. So there was. Oh, okay.
I know the Doomsday couple, Lori Dave Vallow. They're going to have her sentencing live because she killed her 2 children, and Charlie, she killed her husband and another.
She's going to get off. She's going to get off.
Well, they already convicted her, Shady.
Did she? Oh, okay, good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
She should.
Yeah, and I felt sorry for the wife.
But Tanya,
Hmm?
you need to leave the animal porn alone. That's the only reason I got out of my bed to phone in. Animal porn, you
What you
blew
mean?
my mind. You blew
Oh.
my mind.
Wait there, pause. What do you mean that's the only reason you got? So you know that I went live hoping that you come up on that, and you would have just left me up here.
I was in bed sleeping, and I woke up and I saw your message. I went to YouTube, and all I heard was, yeah, cats and dogs doing each other. I was like, what?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Am I dreaming? Like,
No, I thought a dog was,
Tanya.
huh?
Poor innocent Tanya is watching animal porn.
Well, I got nothing else. Well, listen, I saw this dog was trying to lick this grumpy cat. He wasn't having it. You know? Grumpy cat. Gabby's like that too, man. Grumpy. Grumpy. But Shady.
Yes.
I just feel sorry for the wife that she had to marry a nut.
I don't feel sorry for her. Do you know why I don't feel sorry for her?
Why not?
It's because, right, any wife, right, first of all, what Seven said, right, he must have had a lock on the door to have over 200 guns, right? The minute a man is putting a lock on the door, or I'm not having access to that key, I want to know what's behind that door, right? I'm not just accepting, oh, that door's locked, you can't go in there. No, we're not having that.
No.
Secondly, this man had over 200 guns. Well,
Yeah.
the people that he was buying the guns from, obviously, he has to register those guns.
I heard 96 was already registered, but
yeah, but you can't. But the thing is, you only need one gun. Okay, maybe two. One for the left hand, one for the right hand. Once people are buying guns in numbers and they're not a gun club, that should be stopped.
Yeah, but the brother in South Carolina said he had like a something else in the shed. They're looking at that. And
yeah, but all these people knew. But look, do you know what? All these people knew something wasn't right, but they didn't want to say anything. So they're all guilty as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
the wife lived with a man that was going around killing people.
Yeah,
and she acted like she didn't know. No, she. I'm not saying she knew he was killing people, but she knew something wasn't right. Because if my husband starts coming in at different times and showering at strange times and destroying clothes at strange times, and having locks put on doors that weren't locked before, and his behavior is not accounted for, I'm going to start wondering what my husband is up to, and I'm going to start spying on him.
But the wife and the kids, they're adults. But he was out of town, and he killed the women right in his own house.
Well, there you go. Why am I coming home to my house smelling of bleach?
I don't know, but he didn't think he was going to get caught. He didn't think he was going to get caught. And the guy that interviewed him on YouTube called Bonjour Realty, he said he shook his head and he said it was like a piece of marble. You know?
Well, listen, we had the serial killers in the UK, Fred West and Rosemary West, right? They were killing people in their house and torturing them sexually and burying them in the concrete and in the garden and all over the place, right? And Fred West killed himself in prison before he could go to court, and his wife Rosemary West was convicted and she died in prison just from natural causes. I met their son Stephen West when I was working in radio. And let me tell you, this man, when I met him, and I had to shake his hand because I was the producer, so I had to introduce myself to him. He had the coldest eyes like his father. He looked like his father, basically. Look up Fred West. And his hand was ice cold. The minute I shook his hand, I felt ill. I felt like there's some bad energy here. And he was being interviewed just about being the child of a serial killer, right? He wasn't being interviewed for any crimes that he'd committed, but there was something about his energy that was off. Later on, it came to light that he was raping and murdering kids.
Yeah. You know what? That's how it is when there was raised. Jeffrey Dahmer was like that. He had nice parents. He was bested with animals, killing gay people, putting their skulls in refrigerators. I remember the people with hazmat suits and gone in there and taking all jugs and jugs and jugs and stuff like that. But I like to tell you this. You don't know who's a serial killer and who ain't. They could be the nicest person on the outside,
Yeah.
but on the inside they have something in them that they don't want to let
Yes.
their families or anybody know what they do.
This is true. I
Yeah,
agree with that, but I
yeah,
also think that there's something called instinct, and I think sometimes you just discover that something
yeah,
about someone is off. That's all.
yeah.
That's just,
But I
you
don't know
can't put
what
your
the
finger
wife.
on it. You don't. It
But
doesn't
the wife should
necessarily
have
mean
known her husband was acting like a freaking nut.
what the wife should have known that once
Mm-hmm.
he's got 200, that once he's locking doors in the house
Mm.
and he's got all these no.
When I heard 300, 200 to 300 guns, I said I was
Why does he?
floored.
But why does he need so many guns?
I don't know. He was going to war, I think.
But he can't shoot 300 guns at the same
I
time.
don't know what they said. That's what they found, man. An arsenal full of guns.
No, well, what she means is she means it like, why do you need so many guns? It's obvious she's
I don't
planning
know.
something.
I
No,
don't
no,
know
hold
what
on.
he got.
You don't have to answer it.
No.
What she means in that statement is, you got so many guns because you're planning to do something,
Yeah.
right? Why would you need so many guns?
I don't know. Unless he talks. I don't think he will talk unless his lawyer is there with him to talk. But right now, I feel his wife is just thinking because she was out of town when all this stuff was happening. Because she said she didn't. I don't know what his wife is going to say, but I don't think she's going to visit him in jail. Right now, he's still in jail. They're still investigating more and more victims. There could be more victims besides
How
those
many
four.
people has he allegedly killed?
4 in Burlap sacks.
But
4.
Four is nothing. We had there was the black man in America that was the serial killer that killed.
Wayne Williams.
Yeah, I think he killed.
Yeah.
They
The
say he
Atlanta
killed.
child murders.
But they're saying he killed over 100 women.
No, it's boys.
No, this is the
Atlanta
man.
child.
No, I'm talking about the man that was killing women.
Oh.
And they say over a period of time they've got like 100 unaccounted for murders, and they believe that he was involved. They gave him like a name, but he was like a quiet, unassuming, kind of granddad figure, and he was murdering prostitutes.
Richard Ramirez,
That's the Night Stalker, wasn't it?
The Night
Richard
Stalker,
Ramirez.
yeah.
Yeah, no, not him. There was a black serial killer, a black guy that was a serial killer, and I watched his interrogation. You got some nuts in America.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah, we always have
and you need to get rid of those guns because guns make people nutty.
Let's see, there was one, Harry Lewis Wallace. He raped and murdered multiple women in the area surrounding Charlotte, North Carolina. Chester Turner.
Maybe it was him.
Killed many women in South
Wayne Williams. Yeah, Wayne Williams.
Yeah, the Atlanta child murderers. Yeah. But like I said before,
they say that he killed more than 20 people, but I think they were saying that he had there was like hundreds of, they believed that the figure was a lot more.
He's still trying to get himself out of prison. Yeah, but I'm just saying, the wife, I just feel sorry for the family members who have waited so long for somebody to be responsible for these murders, and but now they're still investigating. This is going to be a long investigation, and we will see what will become of this.
Samuel Little. That's what I'm talking about. Samuel Little. He admitted to killing 93 people, but he was only convicted for 50. All of his victims were women.
Samuel Wu?
Samuel Little.
Samuel Little.
Yeah.
Little?
Yeah.
Okay, I see it.
He evaded being caught for 40 years.
Yeah, he's convicted of Linda Alford, Guadalupe, Duarte, Apicota, and yeah, I think he's dead.
I mean, when black people kill, they kill numbers.
Yeah.
When black people kill, they plan it. Look at those
but
two.
This guy,
look at the man and the boy that was killing people in the cars. They would get into the back of the car and shoot through a hole in the boot.
Yeah, but I
think it was in Washington.
But I like to see who does. It's 2 stories. I'm doing that and Tupac's murder. So we'll see what happens with that. But I like to say this, man. Just watch who you don't know who you're gonna live next to. That's gonna be a total freaking nut. But I like to say this.
I
A
mean,
nut's a
listen,
nut.
in Tanya, in the
Yeah,
UK, right, when
yeah,
people go nutty, like when black people go really nutty and they kill people, you know, they're killing people and cooking the brains. They're killing people and you know, they're doing weird stuff. So it's clearly linked to mental health. You know, it's linked to mental health. Whereas these people in America that are serial killers, I suppose they have to be.
It's mental health.
Yeah, they've got to be mentally tortured.
Of course.
They've got to be. They have to be, and they have this cover of being like regular citizens on the top,
yeah,
and then beneath. I mean, it kind of it would. Do you know what? If I was single, I'd be so scared to date a guy in America because
yeah.
you don't
Son
know
of Sam.
who the
70s
hell
round the
you're
Son of
dealing
Sam
with.
era.
And that's why people on YouTube should be careful who they mess with,
Yeah,
because you don't know who these people are. There are people nutty enough
yeah,
to just come to your house and shoot you. It's only a matter of time before it happens.
yeah, yeah. A guy killed his wife and his girlfriend on Facebook.
Yeah, because of
Yeah.
divorce.
So,
Because of
like I said before,
separation.
man, you don't know who these people are. And I'm going to keep
But
an eye on the Tupac murder. I don't know who's going to talk of that, but like I said before, I feel sorry for the wife that they tried to knock on the door, and the FBI said, "I'm sorry, Mrs. Sherman, your husband, your father is a nut." I
Yeah.
bet she threw up right now and just saying she's not living in that house because they're still processing every nook and cranny they could find in that house. All right.
I mean,
200,
it's
300 guns, man.
yeah. But
Man,
listen, Tanya, America needs to give up the
Yeah.
guns. You don't need to have guns. You really don't. The only reason why America has guns
Second
is
Amendment.
is a legacy because of when they
Yeah,
invaded the country from the Native Americans,
yeah,
and they had to protect their property.
yeah,
We're living in 2023. You don't
yeah.
need guns. You don't
Well,
need
they're not
guns.
going to give up their guns.
95% of the country doesn't have guns as
Yeah,
an
but
everyday
you know,
object.
some of
You
these
don't.
people said it's a gun culture in Texas. You could carry a gun in Texas,
Okay,
and
all right.
you
Let me put it
know,
this way, right?
mm,
Tobacco is a common drug that people smoke,
yeah,
and it's accepted. Give up, right? You can. They banned alcohol, didn't they? Liquor, right? People still found a way to have illegal liquor. You know, they banned drugs, and now they have some of them legalized. So
yeah,
at the end of the day, if they really wanted to,
yeah, yeah.
they could say we're going to ban guns, but they're never going to do it because
No,
guns are so widespread in America.
yep.
They'd never be able to get them. They'd
I
never
agree
be
with you.
able to get
Nobody's
them.
not going to give up their guns for nothing, Shady. You could ask anybody here in New Jersey,
But I
New
think
York, and the
Americans
South.
are.
They're not going to give up their guns, you
But
know?
I think people that have guns are
Yeah.
weird. I think people in America that have guns are weird. Be
My
it a
father
single
had
gun
guns.
or 100 guns. I think it's
He
weird.
had one gun or two guns. I don't know how many he had.
Who
My late father had guns, you know?
what a gun when used can kill someone. Why do you? I mean,
I
so can
think
a
my
knife,
brother
so can
Jamal
a pair
has
of scissors,
guns.
so can a car. I get, but a gun, that is just a
I don't
weapon of
know.
mass
I think it's a
destruction.
part of their manhood. They want to be tough with a gun.
No,
Yeah,
no,
you
but
know?
in England we don't need guns to prove our manhood.
Well, I could
Why?
agree with that. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
but remember, in America, the culture of
Yeah,
having guns isn't really for black people to have guns. It's for
no.
white people to have
Yeah,
guns,
yeah. I know,
right?
but like
So
I said,
that is the legacy of white people
yeah,
having to keep looking over their shoulder
yeah.
because of their bad behavior. That's
Back in the
why.
day, if you wanted to fight somebody, use your fist. People now, back in the day, you had to use a knives or brass knuckles. Now, just get yourself a gun, and you're like the village, the
I
biggest,
mean,
baddest person on the block.
why don't people like RE have a gun? Why don't
Wars are
people
won
like
with
Triple have
guns,
a
not
gun?
fists.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, if you're going to have guns in America, let's give guns. Let's instead of people buying guns, let's give guns to everyone. So let's give guns to the crackheads. Let's give guns to the prostitutes. Let's give guns to the drug dealers. Let's give guns to the trolls. Let's give Ari a gun.
The Wild Wild West, the guns.
Yeah,
man.
let's give everyone a gun. So now you're all
it's an
on the
okay
same
corral, man.
Yeah, exactly. Now everyone's got guns.
So, you know what?
Why do you
When
think
I go
that
to
is,
the
Tom?
flea market, I go to the flea market in Englishtown, I see people selling Glocks. Glocks.
Tom,
Yeah.
why do you think that is? Everyone's got guns. They
No, I
want them
said
to
they
kill
should
each
know.
other.
I
They
said,
want them to kill each other.
yeah,
Yep.
but that's the thing is they don't. Not everyone doesn't have
They
guns.
do.
That's
The
the whole
black
point.
community does. The black community falls straight into the bracket.
Yeah, but there are still people that don't have guns because you've got the anti-gun lobby. So those people don't have guns. I'm saying, why don't you just make it mandatory that every single person over the age of 21 has a gun?
Yeah. Yeah, why not? It'd be like the Wild Wild West around here.
Exactly.
The Wild Wild West.
Exactly. If everyone at the age of 21 is required to carry a gun,
Let everybody be in color.
dynamics
Be
would change.
Armageddon, man.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about zombies killing you. Worry about people having a gun, and you won't be living for a while. It's be like the Wild Wild West. Draw, bang, draw, bang,
Can you
draw,
imagine?
bang.
That's what y'all do anyway. That's what y'all do in America. Anyway.
Yeah,
Can you imagine? That's my parking space. Bang.
yeah.
You stole my
Yeah,
trolley. Bang.
people are killing each other. If you have a gun, you can kill anything you want. Walking, breathing, and sneezing. Bang. I remember in the Wild Wild West, somebody killed a guy for sneezing.
Exactly.
Snoring. And he killed the guy for snoring.
Exactly.
So,
There you go. I'm an advocate for America passing the 17th Amendment that it's mandatory that everyone over the age of 21,
oh yeah, have a gun, have missiles, whatever you want.
Regardless of mental stability or whether they're convicted of a felony crime, they should all have guns.
Good. It'll be the Wild Wild West around here. Nobody's safe or nothing.
I bet gun crime would go
you
down.
You have your gun in the grocery store, drugstore, theater.
I think gun crime would go down.
Man.
No, I think gun crime would go down.
Yeah, have a gun
because,
in the movie
because
theater.
now everyone's
Baseball
got a
stadium.
gun. Because remember, Seven, the people that shoot the guns first always say, "I thought my life was in danger." And then these people are found not to have guns. So if everyone's got a gun, I reckon gun crime would come down.
Yeah, but I don't want to be the Wild Wild West, man.
But you're living in the Wild Wild
West. Yeah, I know. It's an okay corral on steroids.
I mean, just imagine now, 21 years of age, Tanya, you get given a gun. I mean, hey, great. Give everyone
I don't have a gun. I'm 57 now. I ain't got no gun.
But I'm saying give everyone a Glock at the age of 21. And I bet. First of all, the price of guns would come down. And secondly, I reckon people would then be begging for the government to reverse the law to take guns away from people.
What if somebody is drunk and has a gun and they start shooting people up in the air? What you gonna do now?
Exactly. But the thing, isn't that what Rob Rack did? Wasn't he drunk and shooting a gun?
Yeah. You know what? Right now, the laws in America should change when it comes to guns, but nobody wants to touch the NRA. The NRA's got too much money in the politicians, So, but I agree with you. Shay, let it be the Wild Wild West of America.
Give everyone a gun,
Yeah, might as well. We're gonna put each other in the bits anyway. Why not?
And that way we'll level the playing field.
We reduce the population of people.
Instead of people thinking
like Thanos. He had the gauntlet. He wanted half the population. So we have our gauntlet like Thanos has, and we wipe up the whole population with guns.
Well, the thing is this. Instead of people being scared, saying, I didn't know if he had a gun, you're just all going to assume that everyone has a gun.
Wife, you should have known your husband had 300 guns in his basement. You should have went down there, checked there, said, honey, why do you need all these guns? Are you starting a war?
Yeah. But the people that were but the thing is, you have to register your guns. So how many of
I
those
heard
guns are
96 of them
registered?
were registered. 96 of those guns was registered. The other half
But
probably
okay,
weren't.
all right, fair enough. So the majority of the guns are illegal. Okay, but to have 96 guns and not own a gun club, that's excessive.
Yeah, I don't know where he collected these guns from, but like I said before, he better start talking or saving himself. Like I said, police, do your job. You didn't do it with
All
Jerry
right, this is
Epstein.
what I would do. I would
Yeah.
make guns. Everyone has to have a gun in America.
Okay,
Everyone
kids have
from the age of
guns.
21,
Babies have
right?
a gun.
No. From 21,
Yeah.
everyone has a gun,
You
right?
can drink at
But
21, shoot at
no,
21.
exactly. But ammunition, you can only buy with a government license.
Okay, that's fair. Get an ID, but it better not be a fake ID, okay?
But so in order to have ammunition, you have to have your GED, you have to have your high school diploma,
Yeah,
you have to have driving license, you
yeah,
can't have any convictions, you
no.
have to, you have to earn over 100K a year.
Don't get it from no gun dealer.
Yeah,
Don't get it
so
from no
people.
gun dealer on the street.
So I think you'll find that everyone's entitled to have a gun, but not
Y'all
everyone's
don't
entitled to
play
have
Tootsie Rolls.
ammunition. What?
I like
Y'all
Tootsie
killing
Roll.
it.
I don't like Tootsie Rolls.
No, I'm just saying everyone can have a gun, but not everyone can have
Okay,
ammunition. Let's see how
okay.
that works.
Let's go to your local gun drug dealer.
So if you could buy a gun, but you couldn't have ammunition, would you still want a gun?
I don't want no gun.
Because the Fifth Amendment says that you can have a gun. It doesn't say anything about ammunition, does it? The right to bear arms. It doesn't say the right to ammunition.
Yeah, I say cap the gun, but no ammunition.
There you go. So there you go.
It'll never happen.
Done.
But I would like to see that. You have your gun, but the only way you're gonna get ammunition if you're qualified, go to your local gun shop or whatever,
Exactly.
and
Yeah,
get an
exactly.
ID
You're a
and
regular
get a few
member.
bullets. That's all.
Exactly.
That's nuts. But I'll keep an eye on this case, see how many, if he's gonna start to talk. If I was hearing, I would start talking. All right. I would start talking. But I'm going to keep an eye on this case. But it was nice talking to you, Seven and Shady. And
You too.
listen, it's the wild, wild west around here. If anybody wants a gun, the only way you're going to get a gun is if you get an ID, and get like 3 bullets. And that's it. Shoot. That's it. So I'll see y'all later. Have a good weekend, everybody. And I'll see y'all later. Come by my show later on around 8 o'clock tonight. So I'll be right by then. So I see y'all. Y'all's peaches.
Peaches.
Thank you.
Peaches.
Yeah, Seven. So what do you think? Give everyone a gun over the age of 21.
Y'all killed
give
me.
them ammunition.
That's some head of imagination.
Well, if people want to always talk. I mean, we're living in 2023, and we've got a country where people are still so scared they're always looking over their shoulder. So that's why they have a gun to protect themselves. Well, you'll find that most of the world doesn't require guns to protect themselves. So what's so different in America?
America's a corporation. That's what's different.
Because Americans are paranoid, because Americans have a guilty conscience. And the fact that they have a guilty conscience, which to me shows that they know that they've done harm and they know they've done evil things. And the fact that they have to have a gun in their constitution tells me, for example, that's another reason why they should be giving, the descendants of slaves, compensation. Because we've got something called gun cruelty in America. It's gun cruelty. You've got people that don't have guns that have been shot by people that do have guns. And their argument is, I was in fear of my life. How is a policeman with a fucking gun and a taser
Listen. If they're all living in the same state and they can have guns in that state, then they've all got guns, whites and blacks.
Yeah.
It's not like only whites can have it in the state and blacks can't. No, everybody in that state gets guns or they can't have guns.
Yeah, but just think about the dynamics of that. If you have committed a felony in America, you can't have a gun, right? And a lot of black people are put in prison and have felony have a felony record. So therefore they can't legally have guns. And a lot of black people, not a significant number, but there have been a few cases that have come to light where white people have shot black people that don't have guns, and the white person has said, I was in fear of my life. And they've shot black people in the back, they've shot them while running, they've shot them while they were lying down, while they were kneeling. It's like,
you've got to be scary to have 200 guns.
Well,
you've got to be scary. You've got to be a scary character to have so many guns. You understand?
That sounds like an obsession, and I just don't get the fact that.
But it's not. I get it. But listen, if it's a way of life, it makes sense. Think about it. If you're brought up into a society where everyone's got guns and it's to protect protect yourself, right? And every day you see someone getting killed. I understand it from that half of it. No, I don't think they should have guns, because if there was no guns there, life would be better. But because they have got guns and it's already been implanted, it's different for them over there. Everybody got guns, so, you know, something can go wrong at any time.
But having a gun meant to be a deterrent? Is having a gun meant to stop people perpetrating violence against you? No.
Listen. No. Listen, Tom. Let me say this. The reason why they've all got guns, the real hidden secret behind it, the real top hidden secret, is so they can kill each other. That's the main reason. That's the main goal.
But not
right? It helps the numbers. It keeps the numbers. They know they're gonna kill each other through drugs, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. The system knows this, and it's control populations too. It keeps the numbers down. That's their main goal. Everything else, they got other things what to make y'all know, but there's a main goal behind it all. Otherwise, if they was all about life and love and life, then they would take the guns away.
All right,
they would do things to get rid of all this shit, but they don't. They promote death.
All right, let me just give you a hypothetical, but a very real scenario in America, right? Let's just say you have got a father that is sexually assaulting his child, right? She's in her late teens. So why doesn't that daughter go and get the gun in the house and just shoot her father? Because there's no cases of that.
You would have to ask them that question.
Because that for me would make sense. Your father's raping you, right? He's been going on for years. He's got a gun in the house. Go get the gun, shoot him in the head. Done.
Yeah, all right. Let me ask you a question. Would you, if there was a gun in your house and you was getting raped by somebody, would you pick up the gun and shoot them in the head?
Well, maybe not in the midst of the rape, but the next day or the minute, it was over, I'd find the gun and shoot them. Yeah. I'd wait for them to be asleep and I'd shoot them in the head.
Okay. I mean,
I'd keep the DNA evidence on my body. When they were asleep, I'd shoot them in the head. Yeah, I would.
All right. I'm just asking.
Because why am I going to go through a court trial and have his argument, my argument, not believed, all of that? I'm just going to shoot him and just say, this man was raping me for 15 years. I shot him. Dead.
And nobody would blame you. But the court and the media would make it look bad.
Yeah. But you don't hear about, kids that have been abused in households, you don't hear about them shooting the parent. He was beating my mum, and then one day he murdered her, You don't hear about the kids. Obviously it does happen. Some kids fight back and they, assault the guy, but you don't hear about kids coming around and shooting the guy. Look at all the violence in the black community in America.
Listen, you got to remember something. Listen, you got to remember something, right? The media control what we hear. Do you know how much stuff is going on? Do you know how much tranny people are all dying and shit, and the media's not telling no one? You know what I'm saying? The media's keeping everything out. All these things are naturally happening. Kids are actually doing shit like that back to the boyfriends, the mom's boyfriends and stuff. That's a fact. But the media won't let you know that. The media don't want to promote that so others can copy them.
I don't rely on the media. I watch or listen to a lot of court cases in America and parole hearings in America. while I'm working, I have it in my ear and I listen to the cases. So these are real cases. It's not about media. It's not about the news. It's about
listen to what I'm saying, because you're going on to cases. Listen, media, as in for us, listen, media, you know, news, all that kind of shit. Media, right? They control what's put out, do you know, to the public. Do you understand? Unless someone's got a sneaky camera and they're copying and they're watching that shit. Boom, boom, boom. But other than that, the media, if they hear about there was some kid that turned around and killed the fingerbout's father, and it's happening regularly, you should know this already. They control what goes out.
Seven, I think you're being, I think your information is a bit off there, because most court cases, 95% of court cases across America are live streamed.
I'm talking about everywhere, like England. I was thinking about England, but go on about America.
They are live streamed. They are live streamed. So you can go into court cases of every state and watch the court case happen. You watch the parole hearings, the revocation hearings, the clemency hearings, the sentence. It's live streamed. That's got
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
So you see what kind of things are happening in America between people. Yeah.
Yeah,
murders, rapes, robberies, blah blah blah. So you see it in action.
Okay, I have to stop you because they don't put everything on the court on TV. They don't put every single thing.
They do in America.
Like, listen, everything, all kind. All right, listen. Right now, you're talking about a specific show in a specific court. No, listen.
You're Seven. You do this to me all the time.
No, all right. Listen. All right. Cool. Let me just explain something to you, because I don't know why you're not getting it, but this actually does happen. Listen. Tom. Listen, right? This shit happens, and they keep it out of the media.
Right.
They keep it away from people to know about. You're talking about a court show. I'm talking about how people. Listen. Just listen. Right, but you're talking about something you watch on TV, a program.
No,
yeah, I'm talking. Can you just let me finish? Right, I'm talking about media. As in, listen, I'm talking about media. You know how people hear about shit. You know how I put up something on the TV and shit like that. Media can control all that shit. Certain cases don't. All right, I've already made an example. The whole gay thing, the tranny thing, how they're dying. They don't talk about it in the news. It's not there. They take it out, is my point. So don't act like it don't happen, because trust me, there are kids out there that are killing for their parents when shit like that goes down. Trust me.
I'm not watching that. I am watching the Louisiana State Board parole hearing.
Okay.
I'm watching the court, the actual courtroom, where the judge is sitting there with both sides of the lawyers and the victim and the defendant. I'm watching the court case. There is a camera in the actual courtroom.
Yes, I know what you're talking about, them shows. I know the shows you're talking about.
It's not a show.
Yes, it is. It's a TV. It's on the TV, so it's a show. Don't get it twisted. It's a show. Listen, I know what you're talking about. I know. All right then. Forget the show name. I know what you're talking about. Carry on, though.
It's not a show. It is a live camera of all the court cases that are happening in the state of Louisiana.
On TV. On TV, and it comes on, and it comes on. How often? How often does it come on TV? There you go. So, and that's not called a show. It's not a TV program. It's not a program on the TV. It is not a TV show.
Right. First of all, we're going to argue about this. It is not edited. It is not adverts.
Do I have to be?
It is court cases. It's like me going to court because I didn't.
Judge Jury and all them motherfuckers.
Now listen to me. I am going to court because I didn't pay my council tax, right? So my face is on the court, right? The judge's face is on the court. The lawyers are on the court, and they're talking about It's not a show. It is live.
I know what you're talking about. All right. I know what you're talking about. We don't have to keep going back and forth over this part, you know.
Because I kind of feel insulted by what you said, that I'm watching a show, and I'm.
Listen, it's on TV. It's on TV, so it's called a program to a show. How are you going to tell anybody different? Don't you know what? All right, so what are the things called that come on TV? Let's get to that. What comes on TV? The TV. What are they called? What are they called?
I don't watch it on TV. That's the first
thing.
Oh,
so what do you watch it on?
It's YouTube. It's live streaming. It's the live streaming.
Oh my God!
Live streaming. It's not a show. Live stream. A show is a program that's edited with adverts, with producers and editors. There are no producers, there are no editors, there's no adverts, there's no commercial breaks. It is me walking in the door, that courtroom open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and everything that happens. When the judge is taking a coffee break, lunch break, piss break, when the guy comes in where he stands up.
Well, all right then, but what's that got to do with the fact, yeah, that they keep this shit out of the media? That's the whole point. You keep it out of the media, and you're telling me about judges and blah blah blah. Like this show's supposed to know what's going on all over America. I don't get it. Like every crime that happens in America comes on this show. Everybody that's been dealt with in sentences has been on that thing. And yes, I know what you're talking about. It's just like they got them parliament things with the camera there live, and they're actually doing their thing live. You know, the whole parliament, and they're talking about stuff from. I sometimes sit there and watch that as well. I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Fell off the panel. So, like, at the end of the day, get me, like, the high things, everybody knows it. Get me, they're high things. Anyway. What am I doing? I'm going to play 1 or 2 songs. She calls back in and she don't. Then I'm going to float like a boat. Okay? Shit, man. Anyway. Anywho, what am I looking for now?
She left the death note, kind of a joke. Wanted me to be a silly, wanted me to give hope. I said go choke, now answer Crisco. Now go that way, that you just the hole. Why you come around me for? Why you come around me for? Always up in the damn jaw. Why you come around me for? Why you come around me for? Why you come around me?
Sorry, I got kicked out of YouTube. I didn't realise. But what I was saying is it's live streaming that I'm watching. Live streaming is unedited content. So it's live. It's the actual courtroom. Everything that goes on in that courtroom that day. Like, pick a courtroom. Like, you've got Louisiana State Board, parole hearings, and, you know, you see the guys in jail, and you hear their case. You hear what they did, how long they served, what programs they've been a part of, as in education. You hear, you know, people give witness statements, people give testimony as to why they shouldn't be released. All of that stuff.
Okay. But what does that do? But what does that do to what I'm trying to say is when the key. All right, then. So do you hear all of the transsexual things, people dying?
Well, I haven't come across any transsexual cases.
See, there you go. So see, there's a reason for that. They kept that out of the way. There's a reason for that.
I don't know that. All I know.
Exactly. See. But it's obvious if you're not seeing certain cases that are not talked about. But like, I don't know, for some reason it's supposed to be on this thing, this whatever it is, like all cases, but these cases aren't popping up. It shows you that holding things back. Not everything's going to be on this channel, this thing.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's all across America. All American states have live streaming. I just happen to pick Louisiana because it's in the South, and there's a high, you know, I just find it interesting. But you know, the court cases there, these are guys that have served 2 years, 5 years, 7 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Some of them have got life sentences. Some, and they're trying to get parole. These are parole hearings. So you actually hear everything. It's all, it's all that's what it is. I listened to several judges, Judge Samuels, Judge Johnson. Just there are many judges. These aren't like shows like Judge Mathis or Judge Judy. These are judges and their list of court cases for the day. So whatever these people, whatever crimes these people have been convicted of is what you're going to hear that day. Just because I haven't heard any crimes about robbery or drugs doesn't mean they're keeping that off the screen. It just means that judge isn't dealing with those cases today.
Right. So now you're backtracking, because my whole argument is, right, the reasons why they haven't seen these cases is because of the media. And you were trying to say blah 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 something about your court, like it's in your court.
Yeah, I disagree with you, because it's like a judge is given 15 cases that he has to deal with that day. So whatever those, it's like in the UK, you get people that are pulled over by the police and they're arrested and they have to go to court the next day, right? So whatever those, let's just say, it's, because you're in Birmingham, let's just say it's Hanwell in Birmingham, right? Hanwell police station.
Okay, let me just, all right, you can carry on, but I just need to create you. Not all the time you go to court the next day, but carry on.
I'm just saying, yeah, exactly. I'm just trying to give you a scenario that you've got 15 people in the police cells, right? And they are going to appear before the judge the next day, right? I'm just saying that, right? Obviously, some people get bailed, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about the ones that have to appear before the court, right? So what will happen is those police transport or whatever transport takes them to the court. They're in the court cell, right? When they come up, that judge is dealing with those 15 cases, let's say. That might be street robbery, it might be drugs, it might be whatever crime, car crime, driving without insurance, drunk, whatever those crimes are. And those are the cases he's going to deal with that day. So that's what you'll see. The next day, he might have a rapist, he might have a drug addict, you might have someone that beat someone up, someone that
No. Okay, cool. Let me stop you again. Now, my whole argument before was the fact that they're keeping certain things off the media, and it happens. Now you're going into your mites. Before, you were sounding like you've seen this already.
I'm trying to give you an English version so you understand. What I'm trying to
understand. Remember, I've been locked up. I know all about the court system. I know about being down in the docks and being brought up into the courts, being in handcuffs. I know everything.
Okay, all right. Right, so imagine now, right, your court case is being live streamed. That means that the minute that court opens and your case comes up, cameras are in there and they're showing everything that happens for that session from A to Z. That's what I'm watching. That's what I'm watching.
I know what you're watching. I've said this here 1,000 times.
But it's not a program. It is just the cameras come on in the courtroom. Because of COVID, they put all cameras in courtroom so court could continue. So
I know.
So not all people are in the courtroom. They're on Zoom meetings. People are in jail.
I know.
So
and I was doing that before COVID, because I've been Zoom meeting. I've done not running Zoom with something else in court way before flipping. And this was back in, when I was in my late 20s.
Okay.
So I've already been on. I'm thinking about.
I'm watching live action in real time. That's what.
Okay, but you've gone after. You do know you've gone after subject, innit?
No, I haven't.
You went straight past the main. No. The main point was the main. Listen, the main point of all this was.
Your mind and you refuse to open your mind that I might be watching something that is different to what you think I'm watching. So I'm having to keep triple explaining to you what I'm watching, because what I'm watching is not a program.
You don't. No, listen, no, because you're not listening to what I'm saying. It's like you're misdirecting my question. Mine was simply this, right? The reason why we don't see this shit or hear about it is because they're keeping it out for the media. They're doing it on purpose, just like they do with trannies doing certain things or dying and stuff like that. They're keeping it out the media. Why? Because they want people to do it so they can die too. Facts. This is what I was trying to say. And then you went on to something about, I disagree because in the courts, blah, blah, blah. I was like, what do you mean? What do you mean? So you're talking about like as a one-time subject or something, and you disagree that they hide off the media? That don't make no sense. You get it?
No.
So that's where I was coming from.
No, I don't get it.
That's all I was trying to say. Keeping this shit, listen, to keep our shit on reason because they want people to die. That's why they do that. Same with when Corona was about and all the deaths, they kept it off the news. Remember, they kept that shit from us. They kept it all. It was not on the news. There was promoting, go out and get the jab, not all this death. Facts, man. Until they got found out about it that one time. Remember when one of the pictures?
Well, January the 20th. January. Hold on. What do I have here? Right, I have a court case. This is an old court case of a indictment charges of a man, 26, who committed a hate crime and the murder of a transgender woman. Right.
Right.
And he was indicted August the 4th, 2019.
Okay.
And the court case was January the 31st, 2023. I didn't see that case live, but it was live.
Okay.
So,
you know,
what I'm watching is a pick and mix of what's going on. So I'm watching Louisiana. Maybe Louisiana doesn't have a lot of transgender hate crime murders, but what they do have is a lot of drug-related murders, a lot of violence-related murders, and you know, sexual assault cases. That's and people jumping their parole, jumping parole. So that's what I'm watching in Louisiana. I'm watching real people's lives in the courtroom, real decisions being made about whether they're going to stay incarcerated or whether they're going to be released. That's what I'm watching. Now, you know, there are 52 states in America, I believe. So all of those states may have different forms of crime, but they're still being live streamed. I suppose if I picked Atlanta, I could look at Atlanta live streaming court cases. And I'm sure there'd be a lot of gay crimes there because Atlanta has got a huge gay population. It's the gay capital of America. But I'm not watching Atlanta court cases. I'm watching Louisiana.
Okay.
So every state live streams their court cases. So at any state, you could just go in on live stream on YouTube. It's not on the TV, on YouTube, and you'll be in the middle of a judge's court case. I'm not talking about the big famous ones where they're all over Court TV or Crime and Law TV. I'm not talking about those shows. I'm only interested in watching the shows that don't have adverts, that don't have commercial breaks, that aren't using producers. I want to see what's actually happening. That's what I want to watch. And that's what I watch. And I learn, you know, I'm gradually learning, you know, the type of problems that they have in America. I'm learning that the parole board is often old people that seem to be out of touch with reality. I'm learning that a lot of people in Louisiana, for example, have educational issues. You know, they never finished school. They didn't get any qualifications. They seem to have mental deficits. They come from very violent and dysfunctional families, and they live in dysfunctional ways. I mean, today I listened to a guy that had jumped bail twice, and he was in jail for drug dealing, cocaine, and he jumped bail twice. He was on parole. He jumped parole, went to another state, and he got arrested for driving without insurance and a license or whatever it was. He was brought back to Louisiana, and you know, he was like, oh, please, can I have a second chance? You know, I made a bad mistake, blah blah blah. I've been waiting in prison for 18 months. You know, I really want to get back to my family. And you know, the parole board said, no, you had your second chance, and you didn't do anything. And, you know, they said, you know, how many kids do you have? He said, oh, I've got 11 kids. He said, how many baby mothers? He said, 10. And they were like, wow. So 11 kids don't have their father. Just imagine the ripple effect of that. 11 kids don't have their father in their life. 11 kids know that their father's in jail or in prison.
That's crazy. He's saying Rex.
You know, that's just like one person, one man. So I never really thought of it like that. The ripple effect of when you keep men away from their families, the ripple effect of what it does to the people outside.
I don't have no music playing.
We can hear some mad noise coming from your.
It's got like crackles.
It's probably just a drink. I'm gonna come back.
It's static.
It's probably cool.
But you know, Seven, I never really thought about the families. So, because you know, America's got this big thing about locking up black people. It's got more people in prison in America than any other country in the world, even more than China. That's outrageous, right? And so I'm thinking, so when you lock up the black father, right, all of these families are being impacted. So of course they can't thrive.
You know what's who's funding the prison system over there in America? Rappers are, you know.
Yeah, Tidal, yeah. Jay-Z's got a big stake in the prisons and 50 Cent. Yeah,
funding the prison system, crazy.
Well, it's a money-making venture, isn't it?
Right, and they're using black people to do it. Hey, exactly. I can't wait until Jay-Z gets took off that little throne he's on, you know. Swear down, man. Can't wait.
But, you know, I never really thought about the consequences of it in America. It's like, not only do you take the black men out of the family, you take the black men out of the family and criminalize them. You leave the women with the kids who are barely, you know, not all women can't afford their kids, but, you know, some women are going to struggle with their kids. And all kids need their fathers, be it a girl, be it a boy. All kids need their fathers. So you're having a new generation of kids grow up potentially without their fathers. So what are they going to teach their kids? It's
you know,
like
they're doing that in the you know they're doing that in the UK too. Try to anyway.
Yeah, but I'm just quoting America because America is so much bigger. I'm just saying that the impact on America is huge. It's like they're constantly redestroying the black family, constantly. I mean, I don't think America would know what to do if black people stopped committing crime. They'd be fucked. Who are they going to lock up?
Yeah, but you know the sad thing is, it's like it's basically a test subject country, man.
Yeah, it is.
That's a sad thing, and Americans don't accept that or whatever. I don't know, but if I was to actually like hear that and look into it and find out about that, I'd leave, yo. I'd be like, I ain't gonna be no one's test subject. I'm leaving.
I mean, they give. I mean, the biggest crime in America is to be poor. That is the biggest crime. If you're poor in America's standards, you've failed. Because in America, their mentality is everyone can be successful, everyone can get rich, everyone can live the dream. And of course, reality is no, of course they can't. Of course they can't, right? They're not Monaco, for God's sake. So if you're poor in America, you've already failed in society's eyes. So you've got poor education, you've got poor or no healthcare, you've got poor housing, you've got low-income families, you've got absent fathers, and in some cases, obviously, absent mothers because of the mainly prostitution and drug issues. Who the fuck is raising these kids?
No one. That's why they run the streets.
And when the state raises them, they might as well be on the streets for what they go through. They're getting sexually abused in foster cares, and I mean, it's like there has to be an agenda to destroy the descendants of slaves. I'm not even talking black people. There has to be an agenda, a hidden agenda to destroy the descendants of slaves in America. There has to be, because it's too organized for it just to be sporadic.
Of course. I've been trying to tell you this for how long?
So rather than give compensation to descendants of slaves. Their strategy is to destroy the descendants of slaves.
Yes. And that is why everything is in place, what you see today.
That's evil.
Simple. And that's that. No more questions. That's simple. There's an agenda out. They put things in motion and they let it affect for 10 years. Then they put a next thing in motion, let that for effect for 10 years. And by the time like 50 years has gone past, black people's minds fucked up. That's just the way it goes. It's a building block.
It is evil.
It's a building block. And I understand it and I can see how it works so effectively. I can see how it works. You know.
And those people that are free, a small proportion of those people are on YouTube trying to destroy everyone's lives.
Because that's the product of what they put in plan. The mindset. Destroy each other. Remember, if you're in a hood, a poverty, right? If you're living in a place of poverty, everybody else is around you living in the same poverty. It becomes a dog-eat-dog world. You're going to get robbed or you're going to rob somebody. Or you're going to sit back and wait till you get robbed and kill somebody. And then the killing begins. You killed someone, that person, you're going to kill that person back. You know what I'm trying to say? Boom, 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 boom. But a vicious cycle, all in the name of poverty where nothing changed. The police won't come around and help y'all out. You understand? And when they do some fucked up shit. So now you don't want the police around.
Exactly. But don't you think it's really weird that, or maybe you don't know this, but what I've noticed in these court cases, when they sentence people, they sentence them to hard labour. They actually say, I sentence you to hard labour. What
Slavery.
the fuck is that?
Slavery.
What is that?
That's what it is. Slavery.
2023, you're sentencing people to hard labour. That's what I was so shocked by. They actually say it.
Slavery. It's a professional way of saying it, you know, in the corporate side.
The other thing I noticed is they keep saying, because when they're in prison, they seem to have all these opportunities, you know, get your GED, get a degree, get your education, get a skill, do all this therapy. They actually call it programming. No, you haven't done enough programming. You need to do more programming. You need to do substance abuse. You need to do victim awareness. You need to know, you know, how to live a free life. You need to do this programming. And they actually use the word programming. So what they're actually trying to do is reprogram these people's minds.
Yes.
It's not, they don't talk about educating. They talk about reprogramming.
Because that's what people are programmed. They're just making it slick by changing a different word. You're programmed. Everybody on YouTube is programmed. Everybody on this planet is programmed. You're programmed to walk in the shop and get what you, knowing what that shop sells. You know what you're going to go in that shop and buy. You're programmed to get that. Sounds weird, but that's exactly how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Everything in that shop's been chosen for you already. That's a mindfuck right there.
But the fact that, you know, you hear the judges and the parole board actually use the language. You know, they're telling people, no, you can't be released. You haven't had enough programming. It's like you really.
No, I go think about it. If they're trying to reprogram somebody because they're a pest to society, what's wrong with using that word?
Because programming to me is you're trying to reset someone's brain, right? And that makes me think, what else do you do to reset people's brains? You give them drugs, don't you?
Right.
So are they housing all of these people in prisons and reprogramming their brain through quotation marks education, right, and therapy, and the use of drugs?
No. Listen, when you see
it'd be
like
very easy to put
hold on, let me respond. Hold on, right? Whenever you're watching one of them TV shows and you see like a mad person, you know what I'm saying, and he's in the prison and shit, and you see them on drugs, it's not like that at all. That mad person's got issues in real life. He's got issues. He's got mental issues. That's why he would go down to the hospital wing and they would give him some shit to slow him down. That's it. Okay. Don't think you're going to go to prison and see hundreds of people just like that. No, you don't. Hell no, you don't. No. That's the movies for you. All right. That's TV. Get me? TV always amp everything up and make it look like TVs make everything believe that all prisons, someone gets raped. They make it seem like in all prisons you get raped. That's lies. That's lies. That's lies right there. Mostly that's going to happen in life of prisons. You know where people don't give a fuck because they got life and they're not going to come out again. That shit will mostly happen there. Like at ACAT prisons where most of the murderers go. Shit like that. Most prisons aren't like that though. You got A cat, B cat, A B cat, A B C cat, C D cat. So, and the C and D cat, they're basically open. You got a key to your own door. You can walk around whenever you want to. So you don't have to worry about none of that shit because everybody's in. You have to be in a good order to get into that prison anyway. You understand? You have to be like a good order to get into that prison anyway. You understand? That's for the good cons or the ones that have been in prison a long time, they're getting out soon. So yeah, like the TV's lie a little, you know what I'm saying? They do twist things to put fear into people, you know? So you can't always believe the hype. But obviously it does happen here and there in whatever prisons, right? That's on mute. But women prisons are much different from men. Like women don't have to go like worry about that kind of shit. Like obviously you got, I guess you got some female prisons where they're all gangster, I guess, right? But still being raped and stuff like that, women don't have to worry about them things. They don't have to worry about them things. But I do hear a lot about male screws, you know, prison officers fucking their female inmates. I hear that happens a lot in female prisons. I hear that happens a lot.
I think there's a lot more sexual tension in women's prisons.
Mm-hmm.
And they do seem to have more relationships with each other in female prisons, you know.
That's true.
I don't know whether that's for emotional support, really. I don't know. Women being more emotional, they need that companionship, you know, they need that. Whereas I think, obviously, sex is different for men than it is for women. So, you know, men, it's more of a release. Women, it's more of emotional attachment. But there's a lot of violence in women's prisons in America, that's for sure.
I remember one prison that I went to, and before it got turned into a man's prison, it was a woman's prison. And the guards there were telling us some stories about the women. There was also the same guards that worked there when the women were there, right? And they were telling us some stories, and they were saying women are worse than men. 10 times worse, they're more disgusting, throwing tampons around, stuff like that, bloody ones. They was just saying all this stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, really? It's like, yeah, they're more disgusting than men. Much more disgusting. Much more. That's what the guards were saying. I was like, really? They expect that.
Well, I mean, I was listening to Fleece Johnson. He's that famous booty warrior prisoner that said in a program that, you know, if, you know, when he was in prison, if a man came in prison and he liked that person, then he'd make that man basically his bitch. There was not much choice about it. And
right.
I've been watching
he
was released and he made a lot of videos. And one of the things that he did was he said that the guards are always fucking with him. And I believe that because, you know, that's a common story. But the consequences of the guards fucking with him is that he would always fight back. He wasn't going to take it lying down, you know. And he said that because he used to bite the guards and like I think he bit a guard's ear and a guard's nose off. They removed all his teeth in prison because they said that his teeth were a deadly weapon.
Right. If he's going around biting people, if he's going around using his teeth as a weapon, then yeah, they're going to remove that shit.
Yeah, so they removed his teeth. So then he used his shit, and he used to put all sorts of nasties in it and glass in it and chuck it on the guards. And they'd obviously get scratched by the glass in the shit. But he said when he was released from prison, he actually went to a dentist to get dentures, and he wasn't allowed to have dentures because his teeth are still classed as a lethal weapon. So now that he's living in the free world, he's not allowed to have teeth, even false teeth.
Crazy.
I thought that was quite evil.
Evil.
Yeah, because now he's a free man.
Evil compared to what he's done. Compared to what he's done to people. Evil.
He's a free man now. He served his time. Why can't he have his? Why
served his time? Do you know how many people? Do you know how many people he was raping in prison?
Yeah, but he's not raping people now. He served his time.
How do you know?
Well, he's a free man now. He's married.
But that don't mean he's not doing none of them antics no more.
Well,
he loves it. He loves it. Didn't you watch the documentary, right? And you could see how much he loves that.
I watched the documentary, and then I also watched his videos that he makes now he's released, and he's answered a lot of the questions, and he's given his story, right? The point is, okay, when he was a prisoner, he was violent and he fucked up people, okay? He says he never raped anyone in prison. He said,
so wait a minute. Are you just going to go and just take this guy's word because he come out of prison and made a video smiling and all happy? Yeah, look at my house. And got a car. People are so easily... How many times have you seen a story where somebody comes and the so-called rehabilitate themselves, and it's still up to the old shit in the background?
But hold on.
You really think the guy is going to be rehabilitated, whatever the word is, and he loves that shit? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is. Well, that's crazy. That is.
But hold on, you can't have it both ways. When people go to prison, they serve their sentence and they come out. You shouldn't judge them on the sentence they just served.
Hold on. So if a paedophile goes to prison, are you trying to tell me that if a paedophile goes to prison, he's not going to come out and do paedophile shit again? Is that what you're saying to me?
No, I'm not saying that.
So okay then. So I'm going to let you make your point again.
I'm saying a paedophile that's a sexual deviant. There's nothing you can do apart from kill a paedophile to stop him having those desires because it's in his DNA, right? They shouldn't be let out. But I'm putting paedophiles and sex offenders to one side. I'm just saying this guy went to prison for violence. He didn't go to prison for paedophile shit or for murdering anybody. He went to prison for violence, and he was only meant to be in prison for 12 years. He spent over 50 years in prison because they kept adding to his sentence. The point is, when he was being violent in prison because he was being violated by the prison guards, he was put in solitary confinement and they starved him for 7 days as a punishment. All illegal, but there was jack shit he could do about it. They starved him. And then when they brought food to him, with a huge gob of spit in it. And he said, I ate that food with the spit in it because if I didn't eat that food with the spit in it, I'd never eat again. So once they know that I would eat the food with the spit, what more can they do to me?
I'm just gonna. Ain't no way on God's green earth am I gonna feel sorry for somebody that had fun raping prisoners, new fresh ones that was all skinny and fresh. Guys, no, wait, I want to talk now. Guys were coming into the prison and you were raping them proudly. No. I've seen the documentaries myself, you know.
And I've seen his
video. So don't be talking for him like he was there. I heard how proud he was of them words. He was proud, happy. He loves that shit. I know for a fact he came out doing the same shit. Well, I'm not going to say he was raping people, but I know he went back. If he was straight before he went inside, he wasn't straight. He didn't go back to straightness, did he?
Right. I actually sent you the link to his channel because I want to talk about this. I sent you the link to his channel and I sent you the link where he talks about his sexual offences in prison. And he says he never raped anyone in prison. He guys came to him for protection, and what his price for protection was, you're going to let me fuck you. If you're not going to let me fuck you, I'm not going to protect you. And the guy
all right, then.
said,
What I want you to do is look on YouTube. There's guys, right, that tell prison stories, and they tell a lot of stories with when he was there with them, and they would tell you how he was raping mans. So I don't know what you're talking about right now. I really don't know what you're going on with. You're acting like this guy was in prison raping people when he said it out of his mouth. I heard him say it too, and you defended him.
Did you watch the 15-minute segment that he did on his channel about his life in prison? Did you watch it?
Have you heard him say that he raped people in prison?
He
have
never.
You ever heard,
in
have
that
you ever? Have you ever?
He never
Have you
said
ever?
He raped anyone. He
have
said,
you? Have you?
If I want you, you're going to be mine. He never said that he raped
You can do it the easy way or the hard way, and some people took it the hard way, right? Everybody just gave it up freely. Is that what you're saying to me? Come on, Tom, you need to start waking up. This is a real world, you know. You understand? He was raping mans. There's people out there that are telling the stories. You can put it in YouTube.
So now you're believing the media.
Put his name.
So now you're believing the media. I'm giving you.
Believing the media.
Yes.
Media. I'm talking about people that was in prison with him. You can go and watch the shows. They're telling the stories.
Send me the links. Send me the links, because I am giving you direct evidence.
All right, and cool. All right, and cool. No, I'll get that link. I'll send you the link. There's many people. I've been watching them. Oh God, man!
Because the things that they did to him in prison,
listen. Everybody knows. All of America knows that he was raping people in prison. They know. Shady. America knows. You're the one acting like he wasn't. Everybody knows that. There's comedy shows, everything the shows about it, like people taking a piss.
Right.
I know that. There's even skits or whatever they call it. What's it called?
Right. I see. This is where you're not educated. This is where you're not educated on this particular.
I'm not educated
story. On this story.
I'm not educated. Okay, so we're gonna listen to. We're gonna get these videos of these guys telling their own story when they was in prison about this guy. Stories.
Right.
Educated.
This is what happened. He took part in a documentary. The documentary was about deterring young people from coming to prison. And the producers said to him, right, and to the other guys that were taking part in the documentary, we want you to scare these young people, right, with horror stories. So they change their way of living and don't end up in prison, right? And part of that was he played his part. They said to him, we want you to scare them, right? So just think of a scenario that you think would impact them and scare them straight. So that is why he said, if I want you, I'm going to have you, right? So that was his role. He was told by the producers to create that scenario.
Yo, Rap Bottom, do you want to come up here and make her know what she's talking madness right now? Get me? Hey, anybody in America want to hit this panel and make her know, like, because obviously she don't know what she's talking about.
I'm really insulted by that. I'm really insulted by that.
No. You need to be. Hey, listen. This is what I'm saying to you. You don't know how wrong you sound right now. I've heard people say that was in prison with him. I don't know what you're talking. You're talking about documentaries, things that they can plan. A documentary they can plan after the fact. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm talking about people that was in prison with him, and you're trying to say some madness. You're trying to go with the grind.
You haven't even watched his own.
I don't need to. Oh my God.
You're impressed by the
oh
media.
my God. Listen. We've been here before, you know. We've been here before.
I've just told you what the producers, the media, told him to do. And
all right then, but that don't mean shit. He was still. I've already said. Listen, he was raping people in prison, and that's that. That's that. And I'm going to prove you wrong. And then what you going to say then?
Then I will say I was wrong.
I see. Cool. See, but all right, cool.
I've actually watched his story. I've actually listened to what he said. I've listened to the violence that the prison guards put him through for years and years and years and years. The laws that they broke, the things that they did to break this man.
You acting like I'm new to America shit or something. You're talking to me like I'm new to this shit.
I just don't know why you shout and insult me when
I'm not shouting, but the way you're talking, I've been watching for years and years and years. Like I'm new to it. Like what you trying? What does that mean exactly then? Like for me, Like I'm the one that be doing research, and I've been talking to America about their ways for how many years? But what?
You haven't researched Felice Johnson because I sent you his videos and you haven't watched them. So
who said I never watched it? Who said I never watched it?
I asked you if you'd watched it.
Yeah, did I say that I never watched it?
I asked you if you watched it. You didn't give an answer. You didn't say yes.
So did I say I never watched it?
You didn't say that you did.
I didn't say it. Did I?
But you didn't say that you did.
I started to watch the thing, and then I realized I've watched some of this shit before and turned it off. But I watched a little bit of it before I turned it off.
In the last 3 months.
What?
He's only just made these videos in the last 3 months.
What? Listen. Listen. You had the video to show. So you're trying to say because you had the video, I couldn't see it? Where you get this logic from? Where you getting all this from? No. You had the video. No one else had it. I couldn't have seen it. I don't know about this person. And like I've already told you that I know about the person. But yet you got all this. What? I don't get it.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said. And that's not what I said. I said there was a documentary. When he was released from prison, he made videos explaining, which he's still doing, explaining about his life in prison. And one of the videos is about that documentary. And he said it was all made up to scare these guys into not coming to prison. That's what the producers told him to say, and that's what he said. Then he talked about his sexual behavior in prison. And he said that after he'd been in prison like 10 years, he was getting the desire for booty. And that was when he started.
Oh, y'all talking about Felice Johnson?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh.
Right. Tell her. Let her know, man. Let her know, bro. Let's just end this conversation right now. Let her know, bro.
Well, first of all, Rock, have you watched Felice Johnson's actual
No, first of all, bro. Is it true that he raped people in prison? Yes or no? Is it true? No, we're not going to do the long way about it because it's been listen, bro, just yes or no. Is it true, yes or no, that he's raped people in prison or not?
Say that again.
Is it true that he raped people in prison or not? I don't know what you got off the line for. You understand? Get me?
So from what he says that people agree to like have sex with him.
Right. Well, basically, because he gives them a choice. You can do the easy way or the hard way.
I mean, if you're not fighting, and you just give it up, you're not really forcing him. He's like he's like reluctantly doing it.
Yeah, cool. I agree with that. I'm not listen. The thing is, though, did everybody he said them words to submit and bend over, or did some fight back?
Well, I don't know what he did in prison. So I can't tell you. That. So he may got in a fight with somebody. He may not.
Of course, because he said he always got what he wanted, whether we do it the easy way or the hard way. That means he's tried both sides.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I get what you're saying. Like that could be used as intimidation, but I mean, like, I mean, I don't know why you guys like getting heated over an argument like this, man. It's not,
it's not even that. You know me. I get amped anyway. I always get amped kind of thing, but at the same time,
I was coming on with because I like hearing you guys talk, but I mean, I'll come on with the purpose because it was getting kind of heated up and. It's like I could tell when both of you are like at like level 10.
It's so good because I'm gonna prove it, because I forgot his name, but I'm subscribed to these guys, right? That be telling prison stories, and they be telling stories about him. That I forgot his name, the same guy. I'll be watching them and they'll be telling me what's going on. Like, I know. There's too many prison story, different people telling these prison stories. And I'm like, all right, I can easily prove this. But there's no way I'm going to sit there and listen to him make a documentary where he's had planned with the media people and get me. He might have signed the contract right now and signed to the Illuminati, but he has to explain himself.
But what was Shady's argument? Like I just came in halfway.
Shady was trying to say, right, that basically none of it was true. Get me? It was all because of this what was it called? Like they're doing some kind of like some kind of program or some shit. I don't know. She's in the
Well, I can see where she's coming from because sometimes I like stuff like Scared Straight. Sometimes it'd be staged, so he could be an actor for all though. Like I seen another one where the guy was talking about tossing people's salad, had people tossing his salad, shit like that, and I'm like, nah, that kind of looks too fake the way they're acting. Yeah, because sometimes they like over dramatize it, the whole ordeal. But yeah,
but the thing is, but this guy's for real though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
you know what? You see, I don't even want to have to get the evidence because this is too easy. But I can get different streams of these guys all telling their prison stories, not like someone told them. No, they was in prison.
But
you understand? It's like
you're both right though. Like yes, rape does happen in prison, and she's right. Yes, some of it is like made up, some of it is staged. She does have a point, and you do have a point too. Both of y'all have a point. It does happen like that sometimes. Sometimes, yeah, rape does happen, and then sometimes, like those programs like Scared Straight or Fleece Booty Water Johnson. Like people do anything to get like ratings, good ratings. So if they have to fabricate something just to or manipulate something to get those high ratings, they're gonna do it. I mean, both of y'all could be right.
Rock, in the chat, I've placed the channel. It's called Hustler's Spirit, and that is Fleece Johnson's story. That's him talking to the camera, talking about his life in prison. And
I see it.
Are you seeing the recent ones that he's done?
Yeah, the one you gave a recent interview saying he still have a taste for booty.
Yeah,
he's out of prison.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've seen that.
He's never talked about raping men. He's never talked about raping men.
I mean,
he's denied raping men. So why are we saying that he raped men when he said that he didn't?
Well,
so we're saying the white man is telling the truth, and the black man isn't.
Easy way or the hard way. Easy way or the hard way. Easy way or the hard way.
You're fucking with me, and you know you're fucking with me.
Y'all, time out, man.
What?
You're fucking with me.
Hold on.
But what? What do you mean I'm fucking with you? Easy way or the hard way?
And he explained that he was told to say that by the producers.
Yeah.
And I was told to be racist to white people for the rest of my life by my mom.
1 minute, I'm brainwashed by the media because I believe certain things. And then the next minute, I'm not brainwashed by the media because I'm supposed to believe something else. Make up your mind. Am I brainwashed or not brainwashed?
Come on, yo.
What? Because you're listening to the media. Brainwashed.
And you're listening to the media, so you're brainwashed.
Who is? What media?
Hey, hold on,
Hey, how many fucking times do I have to say the people that was in prison with him? What fucking media is that? If I'm hearing it from the people that was in fucking prison with him, how the fuck is that media? Huh?
It's the media because it's on the channel on YouTube.
Well, you're watching a TV show.
Hey, first of all, nobody's going to admit a crime on camera. First of all, like nobody's gonna say they raped somebody.
Right, so you're gonna listen to me. Oh, yeah, he said he never raped him.
Yeah, nobody's gonna admit any crime. They're gonna incriminate themselves because if he admit that he raped, let's say that he did say that he raped somebody, he can get press. They can press charges on him and send him back in there. So why would he even admit that?
God damn.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, nobody's gonna. I mean, he could have done it. He couldn't have done it, but nobody's gonna.
He admitted that he committed crimes in prison. He admitted that he threw glass-filled shit over guards, that he attacked guards, he attacked people. He admitted to his crimes, and that's why he kept getting longer sentences.
Yeah.
Right? The point is this. You two both want to say that you want to put rape on a man. That's what I'm not happy. And got hard evidence.
No, wait. He admitted that's why you getting longer sentences. No, that don't work. It won't work like that. Where you get longer sentences, and trust me, because I fucked somebody up in prison. While I was in prison, I fucked somebody up and they give me a longer sentence. That means he was doing shit in prison to get a longer sentence. So maybe he was touching these guys. Maybe he just was. And they gave him a longer sentence.
Yeah, he got longer sentences for violence against guards, violence against prisoners, violence. And he explains what he did. And he said that he was having sex with men. But he was saying he was having sex with men, and that man became like his wife, and he was like faithful to that person until someone else came along. He wasn't fucking and raping every single person he met in the
Nah,
show.
he wasn't doing all that. Okay.
Who said every single person? Who said every single person? Are you? What are you trying to do right now? Put words in my mouth?
No, come on, y'all, come on. It ain't that serious. Y'all,
The
chill,
fuck?
Man. Y'all relax, man. It ain't that serious.
No, it is that serious because I'm
Yeah,
brainwashed.
is that serious?
And
You're
yet
a liar, man. Maybe I should treat you like you treat your own scene. Oh my God, I'm insulted.
Oh.
You're lying on me?
Insulted. I am insulted.
Y'all,
I'm
come
allowed to
on,
be
man.
insulted.
Y'all,
Joke shit, man. Get me?
Yeah.
Adding words and shit.
But I'm brainwashed.
Y'all, come on, man.
Nah, we just fell out.
Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, both of you guys are right. So I don't know even why you guys even arguing the point. You guys both made great points on each side.
I only wanted to share with you, and you already were aware of the Felice Johnson interviews. So this is a man that was in prison that's come out and he's talked about what went on in prison. These are the people that he's supposed to have raped. I haven't seen any of their stories. So if someone is happily able to share those links, I will happily watch those videos. But until I find those videos, I can't have an opinion on it. I can only have an opinion on what I've seen. And when a man says, I was on a show, I was told that we had to scare them, I was told what the scenario should be, I was told that I had to say something that would really worry these people and scare them straight, then that's what I said. I played my part. Why can't that be the truth?
And Shady B, I agree with you on that. Yeah, it does happen. You know,
that's what you said happened.
But we don't. But both of you guys make great points. What you say is true. What Seven says is true. Rape does happen in prison, and yes, people like these TV shows, they're scripted, and then the producers tell them to say stuff. I do believe Felice Johnson when he said that. They told him to say that because look how many hits it got. It got a lot of hits.
Yeah, exactly. That's what he said. He said it was the highest rated show that episode that had the highest ratings, and he said the minute he did it, and I think he said the minute it went live, his life in prison changed.
And who says like the prison system, like the guards or something, gave him some like extra benefits, like extra commissary stuff and like snacks and things like that.
They were given
free phone time.
Yeah, they were given extra commissary for taking part in the show.
Yeah, so.
Well, basically, he was paid to take part in the show, but not paid with money. Paid with what do you call it, like snacks and stuff? Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
commissary. So why can't that be true? That he was told to do that? Why can't that be true? Because we all know that these documentary series go into prison and they try to create a fake narrative.
But at the same time, Shady, Seven does have a point too, because he could have did something heinous in the prison, and
of course he did. You know what? Listen. For some reason, Shady's looking at this guy as a good Samaritan. Not only did he get in prison for beating somebody up, for some reason he had the taste for booty, just like the blue. Get me? But now he never raped nobody. But he gave them the ultimatum: we can do it the easy way, the hard way. Nobody wanted to try the easy way. I mean, the hard way. They just went in the easy way, right? Huh? Yeah. I can't believe I'm living in a world with people that are just so small-minded. But it's all right though, because the truth shall set them free.
Oh, okay.
So I'm small-minded as well.
Yes. It's all right because, like I said, the truth shall set them free. Once again, Seven will prove it. And then what? You're going to go back because he said it in a documentary. Is that what you're going to say?
But a documentary is media. You say media can be tampered with.
Yes.
But in this case, this documentary shown via media on television was the truth.
So when they show all these Cleopatras of white and all this stuff on the TV, it's true.
Well, you're the one telling me it's true.
Of what? So when did my point change? When did my point change? I'm saying I'm listening to niggas that was in prison with him. So what are you talking about? Where you're talking about this guy working with the media. You know what I'm saying? Working with the media. They're telling him what to say. I'm going to go to people that were in prison, telling us the prison stories. It's a big difference.
The documentary that Felice Johnson was in was a TV show shown on television, made by the media. And you're saying that when he talked about the easy way and the hard way, you're saying that that correlates with him raping people in prison, and that show was true.
I'm saying none of that. I'm saying he did rape people in prison. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been in there so long. Otherwise, he wouldn't have extra charges. All right, then. How many guards did he beat up? Go and calculate how much years he got for each guard. Go on. I'll wait. Let's see if it makes sense. Let's see if it adds up. And then I guess he to give him extra days for sleeping with men. Because he weren't raped. Huh? What did they tell every time they had sex? Did they sneak up to that thing about Drew?
So did you watch the documentary? Did you watch the documentary where he said about the
I'm telling you truth. I don't care what you see, we're on the two different levels. I'm telling you truth. Someone can come on the documentary and say shit. Yeah. Is my point. But when you go into the people that was in prison with him and they was the eyewitnesses to some of the things that was going on, you get to hear what was going on with no holdbacks. There's no media controlling their words. They're sitting in their house telling you the stories.
Come on, Shady. We know you're not slow or brainwashed.
No, that's what he's calling me. I'm letting him get me all the insults because this is what Seven really thinks of me. So I'm letting him just express
himself. Think of you. What? Wait. So have we gone back to this? What do you mean? I'll just explain something. So tell me what I think of you. Tell me what I think.
I don't know. I'm listening. I'm not putting words in your mouth.
This is just one of these heated conversations that friends have. I get that, but I mean,
it's okay because you know what? I'm going to prove it, innit? And then what? I'm going to prove it, though. I'm going to prove it. Don't worry. Because you know we Voice 7 always proves it. You get me? Then you're going to run back talking about because the media and he's got a whole production company that give him makeup and all this lighting production around him means he's telling the truth.
He hasn't even watched the documentary about Felice Johnson. So he's only basing it on what he's heard other people say.
How many documentaries do you watch and they've been lies?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Well, no, you don't have to. I don't need you to really. I'm just going to show you the proof. Like I said,
I don't know how. I don't really know what the question is to answer. How many programs? How many documentaries have I watched that have all been lies? Is that the question?
How many documentaries have you watched and then found out there was lying?
No.
What about the R. Kelly one?
None.
Didn't R. Kelly have a documentary?
I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch anything about R. Kelly.
Yeah.
How you doing, though, Rock? You all right?
Yeah. I'm good. No, I was just kind of concerned. Like, it was getting kind of heated a little bit, so I just came up here to like intervene. I like hearing you two talk to each other and discuss your point.
It's gonna stay heated.
Yeah, you don't need to be all that, man. Over some Fleece Booty Johnson, it's not even a. Yeah, it's.
Well, I'm brainwashed. So when you're brainwashed,
that's
what you said. You said I was brainwashed.
Tom, get out your feelings, man. Stop being silly.
So now you're telling me what I can and cannot feel.
I'm telling you what you can and cannot do. Is that how you took it?
No, it's not how.
Is that how you took it, Tom? Really? If you want to start something, if you got something on your mind, say it right now.
Seven, she doesn't mean it like that. You know, like
he's just told me to get out of my feelings. So he's telling me if I
get out of your feelings. Do you want to do something? Are you trying to come at me or something? Get me. Be real or get out your feelings. Pick one.
Shady, not Shady, but Seven. I don't think she's trying to come after you, man.
It sounds like that with all the little cheeky sarcasm in the way she's talking. Like, what's up, though? If there's a problem, say it right now, innit? Keep it real. You understand?
I don't understand why.
You don't understand this.
Why can't I have my feelings? Why can't I have my feelings?
Yeah,
why is it wrong to have feelings?
All she's doing is expressing her feelings. Y'all just both of y'all expressing y'all feelings to each other. I mean,
I'm not allowed to have my feelings. I'm told to
right,
them.
And putting words in each other's mouths as well. And you forgot about that, didn't you, Tom? You're getting all amped up over there, but you forgot you're putting words in my fucking mouth.
You said it's all right for one way, innit? In your mouth. You said I was putting words in your mouth, so that's why.
All of the people, all of them are in prison raping. All of it is raping everyone in prison. All. What the fuck?
So clearly, Seven was in prison with Felice Johnson. That's why he knows all this information.
When I said I watched videos, clearly I was in. Listen, your man's Felice Johnson talking about.
Hey, how's the weather over there? It's pretty hot over here.
I don't think Felice Johnson is a bad person. I think bad things were done to him, and therefore he reacted.
He was in prison for no reason, right?
So only bad people go to prison then. Prison doesn't make people bad. Prison doesn't make people bad.
Well, I kind of disagree with that, Shady. It can turn somebody into a seasoned criminal.
Right.
Like over here. I don't know about over there, but
yeah, I think prison can take a person and make them bad, worse. I think things
prison has made certain people go so gully and gangster. They turn their life completely around. Prison, you can go to prison and meet certain contacts, right? And then your life has changed. Now you're ultimate gangster. Once you go out, you have to go and do a couple things to make it in the team. But you wouldn't know them things. You wouldn't know them things, but you're putting out these comments. Get me? People turn madman when they come out of prison. Some people get reformed, not all.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on
not all. Some people come out worse. Some people turn killers and go and get their enemies.
Yeah, I mean, but see, both of y'all are right, man. I don't know
some
what
people go to prison and the system fucks them up. The system. It's the system. They end up doing things to survive, and the system fucks them up.
Right.
Some people go to prison and kill themselves because they can't handle it. Whatever's going on in prison, they can't handle.
I blame that on the programming beforehand. Scared. A lot of people go to prison scared because of what they've heard. A lot of people kill themselves on day 1 or day 2. Normally day one. Normally day one, they get put in their cell and they do some shit to kill themselves. Like normally day 1, because of what they've heard. Like everybody's mind, like raping in prison and all this stuff. The government does that.
Yeah, that the prison do exaggerate stuff like that, because I know some people who went to prison. They said like all that stuff you see on TV. Yeah, all that stuff don't.
Trust me, Tom.
It depends on where you go. Trust
me, Tom. Listen, I can't say for women's prison, right? But if you was to walk around a man's prison, Tom, everybody will come and say hello to you. Most of the people, the dangerous ones will be locked up, so you wouldn't even see them. They're like on 23-hour bang up. But the most of the people that be out playing their pools and stuff like that, they will come over here and greet you and rare and blah, blah, blah. Like, it's not like that how to put it on the TV. It's not. A lot of people just want to get on with their sentence and leave.
It's not like how they put it on the TV, but everything that was said about Felice Johnson in that TV documentary was true. How does that work?
What you believe in the documentary, right?
No, I don't believe in the documentary.
So what are you talking about then? I'm talking about what I know about him, what I've heard from people. Like, do I have to say the same point again? The people that was in prison with him and stuff. Do you know how famous Felice Johnson?
So the people in prison that were raped by him, were they black or white men?
No, not raped by him. They were in prison with him.
Oh, I thought you were talking about his victims.
No, I never said that. I never said that at all.
I misunderstood that then, because I took it as you had listened to programs or information from people that had been raped by him. That's what I thought. That's how I took it. But that's clearly not what you meant from what you just said.
No, I never said that at all. No, I said people that was in prison with him, telling stories, prison stories. That's what I said.
Okay.
And there's more than one. There's a few. Even a white guy as well. I noticed he was telling stories. He had a long beard. Like, God damn, he was talking about Felice as well when he was in prison and Felice was there and blah, blah, blah. Like, facts.
Well, a lot of people were scared of Felice because they thought he was crazy. Because they saw what the prison did to him. He became like an animal in prison. I think he became like an animal in prison.
So let me ask you a question about Felice. Because you say what the prison did to him. So what happened? Did he go to prison and then the prison just bullied him and fuck him up? Or did he do something for that to happen?
I think he resisted authority and then they enforced authority. And then it just became a vicious circle.
See, okay. So, okay.
You know, the fact that they took out all of his teeth, that's serious. To remove someone's teeth because he bit, and I'm not condoning him biting.
Whoa, you said
they took out all his teeth.
No,
yeah,
I don't think you. So you saying the prison took out his teeth because he
after he attacked 2 prison guards and he like bit one guard's teeth off and an ear off and another one his nose. They removed. This is what he says, right? And he has no teeth. You can see it in when he's talking. He's got no teeth, right? They said that they removed his teeth forcefully. You know, dentist, blah blah blah, removed his teeth forcefully. There was a court order made to remove that his teeth were seen as a lethal weapon, and they removed his teeth. I'm just saying what he said, right?
Okay.
And then when he was released from prison, he went to see a dentist to get dentures put in so he could eat properly, because now he can only eat soft food, right?
Yeah.
That's when he found out there was a court order that would not allow him to have his teeth replaced, even dentures, because he was still regarded as a lethal weapon. And to this day, he said he's not allowed to have dentures.
Well, who said now? Who? Okay, because that story.
You have to watch the video, and you see the video, and you can see he says all he wanted to do when he came out was to get some teeth so he could eat, and he wasn't allowed to. He's not allowed to have teeth.
That story would have got out if it was actually true. They would have been looked at
he's got
as
no teeth.
inhumane.
But
yeah, but there's no order.
So how did he lose all of his teeth?
I don't.
I mean, because most of what he said was they beat him so badly that his teeth were broken.
He probably didn't
they were
brush them.
removed.
You know,
I've got an answer for that one, Shady. When you ask Artie, well, she's still got some teeth left in it.
But he's got none. Right. He's gummy. He's gummy. He's like granddad. He's gummy.
Yeah, but like
no teeth.
Okay, but you can take you if you don't take good care of your teeth, you can lose them.
Like I'm saying, right? I don't know the depths of what happened to him in prison, right? Yeah. And I'm not saying that he was a model prisoner, because clearly he wasn't. But it was like violence met violence. That's what happened. But he was destroying prison cells. He was destroying everything that he came into contact with. So he was very destructive. And basically, the prison guards quite clearly hated him. So whenever they had a chance to use violence against him, they came in full force, riot gear stuff. So I'm not condoning what he did. But what the only thing that happened in prison that really affected me was when he said he was put in solitary confinement and they refused to feed him for 7 days because they wanted him to weaken. They wanted to break him.
Would it be fair to say, Tom, right? He lied before, so why would you believe him again?
Yeah, I think he's full of shit, because that's some medieval shit. He just
why don't you watch watch his interview and then come back and we'll talk about it.
Okay, yeah,
because he was asked to testify in a court case or something. I mean, there's lots of things that happened when he was in prison. I can't even remember all of it, right? But it is true, because I researched it. He destroyed the prison cell and the prison wing, and he caused something like £9 million worth of damage to the prison. Like, not to his individual prison, to the prison system, because they had to reinstall I think the toilets or something in the prisons. So I think it's in Florida, because of what the destruction that he caused. It came up a weakness. He was able to smash up his toilet and go through into the next cell. You know, so there were a lot of things he did. I can't even go into all of it, but he clearly wasn't a model prisoner. So clearly the prison system is going to bring everything it can to break you.
I know, but like the teeth thing, that's kind of far-fetched, because you know the dentists got to record everything they do. If they do something that's foul, it's going to be investigated.
Well, they smashed his teeth and then his teeth were removed.
That could be possibility. Okay, I see that as plausible. But
Yeah, that's
him
what
like
happened. They smashed his teeth, and then they were removed, and he couldn't
okay,
get replacement.
okay, that's plausible. But saying that the dentist like removed his teeth and
Well, I didn't say that they removed healthy teeth. I've skipped that bit. But he said they got into a fight. They smashed his teeth with the batons,
okay, I believe
and
that.
then his teeth were removed. And then when he came out of prison, and obviously he served extra time in prison. They had to get a judge had to order the removal of his teeth. Because they were all damaged. They got the judge ordered that these teeth should be removed. I think he was taken out of prison to get the teeth removed.
Okay.
And then when he was released, he wanted to get dentures, and this court order prevented him from having replacement teeth.
Okay.
If you watch the interview, he'll explain it, and then you can.
Yeah, I gotta watch the interview.
That's a load of bullshit, or wow, that's what happened. And remember, when you are in prison and you've been convicted, it's very difficult to bring a claim against the prison for violence.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like I can't remember what he was originally put in prison for, but to go into prison for 12 years and then serving the amount of years that he did, the fact that he went in there allegedly a straight man and came out a guy that is clearly bisexual, that shows you that his mind became fucked.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying that his thinking now is clear, because I don't think it is. He came out of prison, he got married, he's got a wife, his wife's in the church, she doesn't do booty sex. Now he's got a taste for booty sex, and he wants to meet someone that can give him booty sex. I mean, all of that thinking is just weird.
Well, I mean, that's what prison does. I mean, it warps people's minds.
Exactly. At the end of the day, the prison is not meant to be violent against you.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a rehabilitative facility but it doesn't work. Like, it's more of a slave labor.
Yeah,
slave
it
labor.
Is. It is. It's a war zone. It's a war zone. And some people go to prison and they just do their time out. And other people like him resist. And I think a lot of people resist in prison. And that's why we don't hear about all the stories. But, I just think the American prison system is probably very different to the UK prison system. It's got different pressures.
Yeah.
Plus it's a lot bigger.
Prisons over here, it's basically labor. Like it's free labor. That's all it is.
But I mean, I didn't know that you could go into prison and get, a qualification in welding or carpentry or sewing or cooking and get your bachelor's, get your GED. I mean, I'm watching the Louisiana State prison system and all the programs they offer. It's like, Jesus, you can go to prison and fucking get an education, get a qualification. You got free room and board for how many years and come out and start your life again. As long as you're not a sex offender, because that's on your license.
Yeah, but people look at, employers look at prison degrees. They're like, hell no. It's just something for them to do.
But the fact is, even if it's not, I mean, I don't think most degrees aren't worth what they're written on in paper, to be honest. It just shows you studied for 3 years. Do you know what I mean? I mean, you don't get a bigger brain. But the fact is that some of these men that didn't go through school, were classed as special needs in school, didn't finish their education, went on the street to survive and to help their mums raise them. So that's the common story. They actually go to prison and do learn and do get an education. And I think that's kudos to them. Because they weren't slow. They just had pressing family circumstances that altered the course of their life.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, anybody can mess up. Anybody is one mistake away from just being in there.
Exactly. I mean, getting into prison in the UK is not that hard, You don't pay your TV license and you don't pay your court fine. They're going to come and snatch you off to prison. That's not violence against the person. That's not theft from the state. That's not dealing with contraband. Do you know what I mean? It's not a sexual offence. It's just not paying to watch television in your own home.
Whoa, say that again. Not paying for television? You can go to jail for that?
Yeah, you have to get a TV license in the UK.
There's a hiccup right there. Some people they can get away with, they will bully, but that's all the
if you get caught.
if you know your rights, if you understand that TV license is what's the word for it? It's a con. Then they run away. Next time they come to you, Shady, talking about TV license, say this is what you have to say. You haven't watched. You haven't got.
License.
You don't watch TV. You know, you watch YouTube and BBC iPlayer. No, I know. Oh, okay. But I'm just saying, this is what you simply. Okay, let me finish. I'm just saying, simply say you watch YouTube, BBC iPlayer.
Well, they're sly because they're saying if it's any signal transmission streaming device. So even if you watch this is what they say. The point is,
well, this is what they listen to me. Listen, I'm telling you the rules. I'm telling you the rules. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. Listen. I haven't paid for TV license in over 20 years.
I'm just explaining it to Rock. That Rock in the United Kingdom, the government says you have to have a TV license if you have a television and you're watching programs on your television or streaming programs on your TV. Now they have these things called TV license officers that allegedly come to your house and they can tell if you're watching TV. And let's just say that it's all true. They take you to court, you get a fine. If you don't pay the fine, you come back to court. You don't pay the fine, you come back to court. You don't pay the fine, come back to court. Long story is, you can allegedly end up in prison. So yes, you can end up in prison if you get caught. They come into your house and see you have a TV. You don't have a TV license. You can end up in prison because we don't have jail here. We have prison. You can end up in prison for not having a TV license.
So what do they do about hotels?
Well, that's different because the hotel pays it. That's different.
Oh.
They're talking about in your own home.
Oh, I have to jump in now. I know that's the threat that they say, but can you have you ever heard of anybody going to prison?
Yeah.
You've heard of somebody going to prison? Well, let me think. Can I finish up my sentence, please? Right. So you've heard of somebody going to prison for not paying a TV license?
There used to be a women's prison in London, called Holloway Prison, and they did all these shows on it, and they had like 5% of the women in prison were in there for not paying TV license. So people do. It's in the local paper. This person went to prison for not having a TV license.
And there it is. Women are the easiest to scam.
Yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
And they actually punish the women as well. That's crazy.
Yeah,
they put them in prison. That's crazy.
Yeah. And their kids end up in care, and they're in prison for like 6 months. I mean, you come out good time. You get, because it's automatic 50% in the UK. But the point is, they take kids away from mums away from their kids because they didn't have a TV license, and often they don't have a TV license because they couldn't afford it.
I'm shocked.
It's like £150 a year.
I'm just shocked that I haven't. You know what? I'm not saying you're lying, but I've never been locked up for it. And every time I've talked to them back and told them blah blah blah, that I either run away scared, or you know what happens? They call me up every year now. TV license, blah 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 blah. Listen, why do you keep calling me? You know I ain't got a TV. I don't watch TV. Do you have a TV in your house? Yes, I do. And what do you watch on it? YouTube, and that's it. And I play my PlayStation. What? You get me? Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna contact you in another 2 years and find out if you've updated to watching TV. Okay, goodbye.
That's crazy.
That's exactly how the call goes. Exactly.
That's why in the UK we are a taxed country. They tax you for having your car. They tax you for parking on the road.
I heard about tax.
They tax, I mean, our petrol, I can't even tell you how much petrol costs. I just go to the petrol station, fill it up. I don't look at what it is, I put 60 quid in, and when the 60 quid's done, I go and put another 60 quid in. I couldn't tell you how much petrol costs in the UK. But it's just tax. You pay council tax, you pay insurance. Then when you get life insurance, you have to pay tax on top of that life insurance. When you get car insurance, you have to pay tax on top of the car insurance. When you buy food, you have to pay VAT, which is another tax. When you buy clothes, you have to pay another VAT. That's another tax. You pay water, then you have to pay tax. Everything is tax in the UK.
And that's what separates y'all from us. See, we ain't put up with that shit. When they try that shit with the T, we wouldn't have it.
Tax. Everything in the UK is taxed. And they tax you on things that you can't see. So they tax you on air purity. How the fuck?
No, you're lying.
That's a scam. That
Get
is.
the fuck out of
No,
here.
it's called,
Come
the
on.
congestion charge is for polluting the environment. So you pay
I gotta look this shit up.
£12.50 a day, £12.50
Look this
a
shit up.
day to drive in central London because you're polluting the environment. It's emissions.
Oh,
It's an
shit.
emissions tax.
Yeah,
If you
she's
have
right.
a diesel car, then you have to pay more for the road tax, more for your car insurance, more for petrol, more for driving in central London. You pay another £12.50 because your car gives off higher emissions.
I just looked it up. She's right. She's not lying.
So you can't even tell. And the thing is, some councils they make you pay, like, let's say £100 a year for having a higher gas emission car. The next borough doesn't. So when I'm driving around London and I'm going through all these 33 fucking boroughs, how do I know which has got the low emission tax and which has got the high emission tax? I don't. So what you're trying to tell me is my car pollutes more in Islington than it does in Haringey. How fucked up what?
That is
How much more of a con is that? And do you know what's even worse? If you don't use your car and your car's just parked on the road, you still have to pay to park your car on the road, even though you pay road tax, which is another tax to drive. So you pay rock bottom, you pay tax to park your car on the road, and then you pay another tax for driving your car on the road.
Fucking wankers.
It's the con that we've all fallen into. It's like, my car's not giving off any gases. Why am I having to pay a gas emission tax?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's insane. But I don't live in
But
UK.
you know, the American embassy doesn't pay the congestion charge. It owes us like $60 million and it refuses to pay. It says the Americans don't pay local taxes.
Why we got to pay when we saved your ass in World War II?
Because you drive the biggest gas guzzling cars in the UK, the American embassy. Doesn't pay parking tickets, don't pay tax. But yeah, can you imagine it? They tax us for air quality. So I didn't know that there was a big bubble around the UK that, you know, kept our environment in, and this is the pollution in the air. You know, I thought that, you know, air from India and air from the Sahara all moves around the planet. So am I going to get a Sahara tax? Do you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, that's
tax
crazy.
is the biggest con. Tax is the biggest con.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I can't believe you don't have these taxes in America.
Well, do you? We get sales tax and we get federal.
Yeah, we call that VAT. I don't understand that, because when I was in Canada and you go shopping, it says, it's $19, and then they charge you $23. I'm like, excuse me, it's $19. And they say, plus sales tax.
Oh, do you know that if you win a prize, like they say you win a contest, you get taxed on that too?
No, we don't.
Yeah, we get taxed on that. So like I won a video game tournament back in 2003.
Yeah.
And I guess I like won like a total of like $3,000 altogether. Do you know next year when I did my taxes, I owed them some money?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit. No, they haven't. Don't say that too loudly, because the government might start looking at that. Oh, because our government in London, our local government, they are now looking to introduce limitations on how far you can drive your car in London.
Mm-hmm.
So I buy a car for 30 grand, and some faceless bureaucrat is going to tell me I can only drive a maximum of 15 miles a day.
Damn.
That's crazy. Well, unless you got a pass, like if you drive a lorry.
Yeah.
Then you get a pass, like.
Yeah. So it's like they're really. I'm surprised they don't have a duvet tax or a pillow tax or a chair tax. I mean, I'm surprised they don't have a tax on how many trees I've got in my garden. I'm surprised they don't have a tax on how many eggs we eat. Because, you know, if you eat eggs and you eat meat, you create more methane and then you're farting more, and that pollutes the environment.
You know what, right? I used to think was bullshit. I didn't believe in it. You know when you see people bend over and fart and they put a lighter there? I used to think that was just all make-believe shit.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I thought, I thought it was just like movie shit. And then I seen a clip on IG, like a clip thing, a video. And some woman, right, she was by the fire in the house, and she farted by it, and it went boom.
Yeah,
so what the fuck?
It's methane gas. Combustible.
It's like, fucking hell, that shit's for real. I thought it was all fake. All my life I thought that was fake, All my life I thought that shit was fake.
Oh, someone's messaging you, Rock.
Oh no, I'm good. It's my
I heard
yeah. That's my mail notification.
Ooh, it's not your girlfriend saying come to bed, honey.
No, she comes over later.
Oh, it seems like it's a good relationship. You've been together a while now.
No, she scared me with commitment though.
Oh, how long have you been together?
About over a year.
Of course now.
That's good, bro. It's good to see that you settled down, fam. You was going to be that man running around getting all types. You said you weren't looking to settle down, and now look at you. That's good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I was going rock bottom at the time. That's why I had a name. I was out there.
She wants to move in now, huh? Or you to move in with her?
Oh, I'm not moving in with her. Not yet. I like my free time.
2 weeks later, Rock's moved in with her. Watch.
It takes 3 years to move in with someone, I think. Minimum of 3 years together.
I don't know. It's like I've been in a long marriage, and it's like ever since I got out of it and having this freedom, and nobody telling me what to do, and fucking kicking me out of the house and all that shit. Yeah, I just enjoy my freedom, and like I can do anything whenever I want to. Like nobody can stop me from doing it. So.
Right.
But is she putting that I need a commitment, or I'm going to have to rethink the relationship vibe?
Say that again.
Is she giving you that if we don't, elevate our relationship, I'm going to have to rethink our relationship kind of vibe? Is she?
Yeah, she's at that point right now, and like I said, I could take.
You sound depressed, bro.
Huh? I do.
You sound depressed,
yeah.
No.
Why can't your relationship just continue how it is? Because it's good right now.
Relationship
is
cool.
good. It's good. I'm happy.
I don't.
I won't be happy if I have to take it.
No, let me ask him that question. Are you good? Oh, you talking about your relationship, Tom?
No, I'm talking about
about his. All right, then, cool. Yeah. So, are you really happy? That's what I'm saying. Let's ask him that question. Are you really happy?
It's cool, like I said, but as far as like serious commitment and getting married anytime soon, nah. She did say that like she'll give it like 5 years or something. Like I'm one of those type where like if she breaks up with me, I can take rejection. It's like I'm a free agent again. I can do whatever I want now.
Do you know, I always
that's what he's hoping for. Tom, that's what he wants.
That's what he wants. I always find it weak when someone says, "Oh well, I'll give us 5 years, and if we're not married, I'm going to move on." I'm like, "Fuck off!
Yeah,
bye."
Right? I'm just enjoying the ride.
You're going to give me 5 years. Guess what? I just gave you 5 minutes. Bye.
I'm just enjoying the ride.
I hate that. It's like, because my husband said that to me, if we don't get married in the next 6 months, I'm just going to end it. I was like, all right, bye.
Yeah, like, why put a time step on it?
Yeah.
And not only that's toxic, but like you're also like forcing something. When you force somebody to do something,
emotional blackmail.
Yeah, you can't do that because they're gonna have some resentment to it. They're gonna have built resentment towards you. You force somebody to do something that they don't want to do.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to. I do things when I want to, when I'm ready. When I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm not. What? And the thing is, it's like I had a long conversation, with my husband. It's like, when we get married, I said, "Why do you want to get married?" And he just said, so that I know that that you're mine. I was like, "I'm not a possession." He said, "But I want to be a husband. I don't just want to be a boyfriend. I want to be a husband." And I said, "You do know when we get married, everything changes." And he's like, "No, it's staying the same." I said, "No, it will change." And when I explained to him, like, legally things are going to change, emotionally things are going to change, my expectations are going to change, he can't just say, I'm going off for the weekends with my mates and we're going to go fishing. I'd be like, no, I don't want you to go fishing.
Yeah, see? And that's what I'm trying to avoid. And that's why they're prostitutes. That's exactly why they're prostitutes in the world, because you pay them to leave.
Exactly.
Hey, bro, you notice how I could notice that you sounded depressed. I heard it in your voice, bro. I heard it in your voice, fam.
I'm not depressed at all. I'm actually doing good. It's just like I say, I'm just going in for the ride. But I mean, she decides she want to leave, she can leave. I'm not going to stop her.
I mean, I think a man knows when he meets a woman if she's wife material.
Yeah.
You know, and not to say anything bad about guys, but I think guys know. They just know whether they're going to wife you or not.
Yep.
You
know? Of course we know.
So if you've been with someone a year and that hasn't come up, there's your answer, babe.
Well,
no. You can't say that because men. Remember, we got both different feelings and shit.
Yeah,
a woman's gonna think. A woman's mind's gonna think like that, but a man's mind's not gonna think like that.
What I meant was, if he hasn't said to you, even in a casual way, do you know what? You're my wife. I love you. You're my wife. In that loving way, not a commitment way,
but men don't do. A lot of men don't do that though. You can't say that. Because not all men say that, right?
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not all men talk like that.
Because if I've heard guys say, "Oh, is that your wife?" and they'll go, "No, that's my girlfriend." And you see the girl's face drop. You see the mask drop. She's like, "Yeah, I'm his girlfriend." I'm like, "Yeah, but you're not the wife."
Guys normally do that when there's other girls around.
And that just makes me laugh. I had that situation a couple of weeks ago. I was like, yeah, just we went out for dinner with this other couple, a couple of people, and then we met some more people when we were there. And this guy's like, he's in his 40s, you know, so he's of decent age. I know he's divorced, and I said, "Oh," and I thought this was his wife. I said, "Oh, is that your wife?" And he went, "No, it's just my girlfriend." And his way said, "Just my girlfriend," and she just looked at him like, "You bastard!" And I knew that he was on a no sex ban for at least a week.
Why would you do that? Like, why would you put your spouse on a no sex ban? That doesn't.
Well, that's because women think they're doing something.
I'd say the same thing. I'd say the same thing if it's not my wife. It's not my wife, innit?
But just the way she was behaving, you know, it was like, you know, when somebody wants to, because he's a doctor. Doctors, it's like I've noticed since I've been with a doctor, every girl that dates a doctor wants to be a doctor's wife. I don't see the joy in it. It's just, you're just a wife. It's nothing special being a doctor's wife. But it's like I meet these women and they are dating like young doctors or older doctors when we go to these conferences, and it's like they just want to be a doctor's wife. It's like, is that what your ambition? Just to be what? To take someone's title? I don't get it. It's like, it's just a job. It's no big deal. It's a job.
Oh. Yeah.
It's a job. It's like, you know, it's really funny. It's like, I've actually met women that were like.
Well, it's not funny at all because like women want a strong man. And if they can get a man that can fix people at the same time. Like,
it's not just limited to that, Seven and Shady. It's like, when a man has power, he has access to what else?
Yeah, it does. It does. You know, you do. There are some, you know, special
I don't
things
care how
you get
you
as a
look.
doctor. Yeah, it is. I mean,
If
you're
you-
seeing differently. You're seeing differently. You're treat like if we book a restaurant and my husband books it and he, you know, Dr. Block, you get a different service. Even when we've gone on aeroplanes, he's a doctor. Suddenly we get moved to first class. It's like. You do get the things you do, but people can be a doctor just having a PhD. You don't have to be a medical doctor.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's one thing women are very attracted to is power.
Yeah.
Right. So, you know what I'm saying?
But I mean, when we went away and this woman was having breathing difficulties, my husband's like, "Oh, no, I'll go and help," and I was like, "Fuck off! You're on holiday." He's like, "No, I've took the Hippocratic oath. I have to go and help." My doctors, you know, my husband.
How are you gonna say that? That's evil. That is evil. So you would have let her nearly die.
But what I mean is, a doctor is never off duty.
Yeah, he's not.
Right. But you tried to make him off duty.
Yeah, because I didn't get it. I didn't get it. I was like, God, you work 96 hours a week. Can't you, for God's sake, when we have a couple of days off and we go away, can't you just not be on duty? And he's like, no, I'm always on duty. I kind of got it then.
Yeah, he got to wear you out.
Are you a clingy person?
Am I clingy?
Yeah.
What do you mean by clingy? No, I'm not. No. I'm quite cold. He moans that I'm not. He says you're not. He says I'm not emotional. I'm not romantic. I'm not loving.
How long you guys been married?
It'll be a year this August.
Oh, a year? Oh, okay. So you guys are newlyweds. Okay. So shit, you hit the jackpot. You married a doctor.
But the thing. But I went through him when he was struggling, so it wasn't. He had to convert his qualification from Albania and Greece to England. But the point is, I said to him, I might be cold, but he still married me. So when people say I'm emotional, I'm cold. He said, people say I'm like unseen cold, be emotional. It's like, if you knew me in real life, you know I'm the least emotional person. I'm cold. My husband, he's such a joke. He says that he married a psychopath. He says, you're just cold. You're not emotional. He said, you get passionate about things, but you're not emotional. And like, I go from like 0 to 100 in a snap of a button if it's something that bothers me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm just like, do whatever. Like, my daughter graduated this week.
The one in Canada, right?
No, she went to Canada for a course, but they forgot that she was supposed to be coming. She went last year to Montreal. But yeah, she just graduated this Tuesday. So we went to her. We went to her graduation ceremony, and I was laughing because it was just really nice to see the next generation come up. And all the girls are like wearing these tight fitted dresses and slits, and I'm thinking they're all studying to be lawyers. Is that how they're going to go into court? But I was laughing because when they said my daughter's name, there was so much. She has such a long name. It was like, I was like, why did I call my daughter like 6 different names? And she got like a double-barreled name. I was like, oh, when she gets married, she's gonna have a triple surname.
You get married. If a man gets married, you might as well put the handcuffs on. Just think about it. Just think you gotta sleep with the same woman for the rest of your life. Nothing different, nothing new.
But I think that's where it's different. I think when you really care about someone, you don't see it as handcuffs. You see it as I feel like I'm spending my life with my best friend, and every day is just happy. I don't see it as a bother.
You can care about it.
Rock. What you're forgetting is right. What you're forgetting, Rock, is time changes for us all. So you saying spending our life with one person, you're going to get old at the same time, and people are not going to really find you attractive. So at the same time, you have to spend your life with that one person.
Oh, I ain't got to be with anybody else.
Otherwise, there's going to be a time where you can't get nobody, right?
Well, hopefully by that age, I'm not going to be interested in sex. Like as you get older, you lose interest.
No, you don't. I think when you're married and you get to a certain age, Rock, it stops being the love, and it's like in sickness and in health becomes the motivator in the marriage.
And that's exactly what I'm trying to do as much as I can before I get to that age.
Yeah. I think you'd be a good husband.
I know I'm a good husband.
Yeah, I think you're a good husband. I think you're a good man. I think if you just found the right woman, you wouldn't see it as handcuffs. You would just see it as more and better.
Yeah, but it's like, you can love somebody, but then you still have those. I mean, at the end of the day, you're human. You're gonna have that lust, and you're gonna have that want, and try to pursue what you want.
But remember, you chose to be married once, so you're looking at marriage with different eyes. I've been married before, and I look for different things. I don't look. I don't. When I married my husband, I just thought, I'm marrying my best friend. I've just never had a best friend like this, and that's who I was marrying. When I married my daughter's father, I was in love with this Viking. It was like love, 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 love. And when that faded, it was like, oh, you don't actually have anything in common.
The thing about being in a marriage and then like getting out of it, it's like now you gather wisdom. Now you know what to look for, what not to look for.
It's true. And I suppose now you're a bit more hesitant, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, because do you think maybe you married too young?
No, I was 28 or 29 at the time I got
still
married.
Young though, still young.
Uh,
Your brain's only finished formed developing when you're 25, so you've had 3 years as an adult at 28.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was more of a I was in love at the time, and like.
See, I think marrying for being in love, I think, is the worst reason to get married.
Yeah, and the thing about Hollywood, they brainwash you, and they say that they live happily ever after, but they don't show you what happens happily ever after when the camera turns off. Then that's when all the bullshit starts.
The thing is, I think, and I didn't have a big wedding at either of my weddings, I had very tiny weddings. I think when people have these huge weddings and the huge dress and the huge cake and the huge party, I kind of wonder, is that why they got married, to have that day? Because the next day, when you take your dress off and you put on your jeans,
marriage is just for the woman.
It is.
That's
it is.
That's for the woman. Men do not care.
Yeah.
We don't benefit in it.
Yeah.
We don't benefit from it.
It's true. It is. Marriage is an institution for women. But saying that, if you didn't have marriage, you would have lots of men in their 80s, all single.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's just like the comedian said the other day, like talking about how marriage is like death. It's like they'd be like, "Hey, did you hear Roger get married?" "Yeah, man, I just saw him yesterday." It is that harsher because like now you got the handcuffs on. Now I can't go to Thailand without permission. Now I can't go to here without permission. Right now I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, and your money's your money. When you get married,
my money. Yeah,
it's shared. It's communal property.
And my ex-wife, she resented me, and I never gave in for that because
so you know what you do.
Bank account.
You know what you do. You know what you do then, Rock. You go and do everything you want to do, then get married.
So that's what he's doing now.
Yeah.
But the girlfriend has been with him a year, and she wants something to change. You see, I kind of feel that women, we've always got this clock.
Yeah. I don't get it.
We just need to stop this clock. It's either the biological clock or the career clock or the man clock or the settle down clock or the retirement clock or the grand. We just need to just stop all these clocks.
Yeah. And I'm just taking it one day at a time. Like, hey, maybe I'll marry you, maybe I won't. Like you don't know that.
What's the rush?
Yeah. Just enjoy it for what it is right now.
Exactly. It's a year is 52 weeks. It's like it's one Christmas. It's nothing. It's a blink of an eye. It's not even it's not even the length of going to university to get a degree. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's nothing. It's 52 weeks. Why are you in such a rush?
I think another thing that I'm kind of scared of, she's too attached to me. She comes over every week. Like she got to be here.
What star is she?
Huh?
Is she a water sign?
Oh, say that again. You're breaking up.
Is she a water sign?
Water sign. I don't.
When's her birthday?
I don't follow astrology.
When's her birthday?
July.
She just had her birthday.
Yeah, she did.
She's a Cancer like me. She's a creature of habit. It's habit.
Oh.
We like routine. We like habit, or in general. What star are you? Are you a fire sign?
I heard I'm I'm in March, so
you're a Pisces.
Yeah, Pisces. Yeah.
You're a water sign. Oh, 2 water signs. You see, water signs, Pisces. You see, first of all, a Cancer is a cardinal sign, so we're quite bossy. We like to know what we're doing. We like to know when we're going. We like the details, right?
Yeah.
We like the structure. Whereas Pisces are a bit more, I don't know, maybe we'll go here, maybe we'll go there, see where we end up, see where we eat, see what the hotel's like, then we'll decide if we're staying or not.
Yeah, I mean, like,
easy going.
I just like my free time, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I take that seriously, free time, because like I just like to do whatever I want to do.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. See, my husband is a Virgo. He's very clingy.
Yeah.
But then that's also his culture, is to be very clingy. Where are you going? What are you doing? When will you be back? Keep your phone on. Keep your location. Did you arrive? When are you coming back? What did you buy? Who's there? What are they doing?
I ain't like that.
That's what he's like.
Too much.
That's what he's like.
That's called insecurity a little bit.
Yeah, but that's how Mediterranean men are.
That's not clingy. That's more overprotective. Clingy is ways around you all the time, won't leave your side.
Kind of like a dog.
Clingy. Yeah.
Well, he's Mediterranean, and they see women as different, very differently, which is, I've never realised that before. Vikings, Scandinavians, when you marry, it's about equality. You know, women can do and men can do it. It's about family. With him, it's about family, but it's also men do men things and women do women things. You know, I don't mind. I'm quite easy on it because even on his worst day, he can try and tell me what to do, but I'm not listening.
Yeah.
You know, it's like sometimes he tells me. Like I say to him, why do you spend 25 minutes in the shower? Do you know how much that costs?
Well, I mean, he probably want to be extra clean for you. You know what I'm saying?
And I do it because I know it really bothers him. I said, you spent 25 minutes in the shower. Do you know how much that costs?
Oh.
That costs, I said to him, like, that costs £2. So every single day you're having 25. Do you know how much money you cost me in the shower?
Yeah, if I'm not like spending time. If I'm not
spending... And you know what he says to me, Rock? He says, why are you timing me? He says, do you stand outside timing me?
I mean, is he a doctor? So like, yeah, he's got to watch it.
I know, but it's just funny because like I'm arguing about the cost, and he's saying, "But why are you timing me? Why are you standing outside the bathroom timing me? You don't think that's a bit strange? You don't think you need help? Shall I book you with a psychologist?" And I said, "Do you know what I say to him? I say to him, but that's 25 minutes. I'm not with you." And he's like, "Oh, okay, I won't be so long next time."
Did y'all ever like get it done in the hospital?
Yeah, but we won't talk about that.
Yeah, I did that with my ex-wife one time in the clinic.
Yeah, in the on-call room. Yeah. I think a lot of people do, but yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people have sex.
You do it standing up. You don't want to do it in the bed because everyone's in that bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good. Y'all spice it up like that.
How's your studies doing? Are you?
Oh man, I can't say the word right. Statistics class is kicking my ass.
Statistics.
Right. Yeah. So that's what I'm learning right now. But I'm doing good in the English part. Yeah. The thing about going to school in the summer is it's fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's a lot to cram up. So that's why you probably don't see me around that much because I'm doing that. But yeah, and going to work full time and just
You're working full time and at college. How does that work?
I mean, like the job that I do, you can make up your own schedule, basically. Okay. I don't really need money because like I'm kind of like medically retired.
Okay.
And like plus I'm getting like BAH from the VA as well. Oh. And so I'm just making like
you got some good income.
Yeah, I got good income.
Oh, now I see her thinking. Now she's going ka-ching, ka-ching. Oh, okay.
Nah,
wedding,
I wouldn't say that because she was with me before I had all this stuff. So
you don't think women can spot a potential good provider?
Well, I'm just a naturally good provider. I've always been a good provider. That's the one thing that a lot of women say about me. I can provide.
Yeah, that's what women want. Women want a man that can provide for them.
Yeah. So I've always been that. I mean, plus I don't have no kids, so that's a bonus too.
Yeah, that's rare. You don't have that baggage.
Yeah.
Does she have children? Does she have children?
She has one. She has one, but she's in college right now.
Oh, so you would be stepdaddy to a child, to a daughter?
Yeah. I mean,
have you met her?
Yeah, I met her. Yeah, I've been stepdaddy before, so it doesn't bother me.
Oh, you knew the relationship got serious when you met the children.
Yeah. The only thing I told her is that she already got her mind made up. It's not like she's young and we can create that bond. She's an adult, so it's not like gonna be
a young lady.
Yeah, a young lady. So I'm not gonna be able to have that bond with her. So
Yeah, but you met the daughter. That was like second opinion.
Cool.
That's like a second opinion.
Yeah, she's cool. She's gay too, so I mean,
okay.
You know, I mean, and she was like, "Do you have a problem with me having a gay child?" Like, no, not at all.
It's like happy days, no grandchildren. Happy days.
Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, if she thinks that I'm set on marrying her, she got another thing coming.
I just love this conversation. I wish I could be a fly on your wall when she tries to, you know. Do you know what she's going to try and do? She's going to try and give you great sex. She's going to try and brain fuck you.
She's already and the thing is, you know, her thing that she gets off on.
Mm-hmm.
She like watching me fuck other women.
Yeah. See, these things don't really work very well when you're actually married. They work when you're single, but when you get married,
it changes. I know.
That's not going to be allowed.
Yeah.
So she'll brain fuck you until you give in, and then she'll start putting on the handcuffs.
Because I went through the same thing with my ex, but the only difference with my ex is like she like to get the ugly woman, like someone that she looks better than.
Yeah.
And then try to, you know, do stuff like that. But
so there's no chance that you'll wander off.
I mean, I'm not, like I said, things are going good, but like she start acting out of line and stuff. Then I can break it off. But she's been nice and everything, and it's chill, no drama or anything like that.
That's good.
So I'm just trying to see where it goes.
You two finish up, because I'm gonna end the show soon.
Oh, okay, man.
No, I can end it now.
Yeah. You good, man?
End it now.
Okay.
I can go back to bed.
Right,
I only came on Rock because Tanya was talking about her watching animal porn. I was
what?
Yes. Tanya was talking about watching animal porn.
Oh, you fucking! I gotta look at the replay. I was like, Tanya, innocent Tanya watching cats and dogs getting it on.
Oh
my god! I know Triple got the clip. I already know he got the clip.
I was like, wow.
I gotta watch. Damn, I missed that. I gotta look at the replay. I definitely gotta look at the replay.
That just made me like get out of bed and join. I was like, just leave the animal porn alone, Tanya.
I can see it now. Oh my god, I went to YouTube and I saw this.
Gary, don't look at this, Gary. Gary, don't watch that, Gary. Gary, don't look. Let me cover your eyes.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's like she was being educated. I was like,
hey, one thing I'll say about her, she was brave enough to admit it. A lot of people don't admit that shit. People get curious and watch shit like that.
Yeah, but I think that was just her innocence coming out, because that's not really, that's not something you.
Yeah, you don't share. That's something you take to your grave.
Yeah, that's something you deny. All right then, Rock. Well, stay cool. Man. Good luck with statistics.
Thank you. You
Conquer
too.
That beast. Appreciate it. All right. Good night, Seven.
Good night. Nice talking to you guys.
Good night. Yeah. People, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Gonna play one or two songs. You know what I'm saying? Rock, I've already started that order for you. You know what I'm saying? I put 50 songs together, but like I emailed you. You know what I'm saying? But I got 50 songs ready. Actually, I'll just email you. I'll email you about that. So, I mean, actually, don't worry about it. There's no point in promoting my shit on here, because, like, there's no point. But anyway, people, I'm outie. Peace.
Yo.
Yeah, yo.
They don't understand pain. The demon hunter.
I am.
Yo, hey, let's play. Yo, so how you doing today? Now how you doing today? So how you doing, huh? How you doing, yo? Hey, how you doing, yo?
Shout out to X Beat, yo. I like it. Yo, remember when we were kids, ramping about life was so easy, yeah. Talking about the stress-free. Yeah, let's talk about it, Let's talk about the stress-free. Yo, hey, yo. Let's get to talking, Remember that back in the day when life was like blissful? Nights running up and down, not giving a damn or understanding. And life ain't. So now that we've run them enough of months, causing up of us. Life as a living now, and gets us in the trouble now. It's a dangerous people wanna try get comfortable inside your skin, getting all nasty, acting like they know you inside and out. Telling them to stop running about running up the mouth like they dated you from the south. They never did met you love, but they think that you is popular. Got you on the internet to know. Next thing you know, they're writing letters now, telling people they're better now, running around disrespecting y'all. Can't believe this life or not. Back in the day was better now. We was playing around not knowing what the stress was about. What the stress was about. It gets crazy the longer you understand this life. It's not really good. It's not really good. Situation leaves you kinda sure. Fear enters the atmosphere. Fear teeth. Many people shed their tear. What's going on around here? People living in fear. I remember when I was young, life was not stressful. Running round, playing round, not knowing what's going on. Bring it back, yeah. Bring it back, boy, yeah.